I just remembered that this song will get copyright struck, but it's okay because there's no money that comes in anyway from these.
I've never been copyright struck from the funeral thing.
Yeah, who owns this? Who, like the estate of Michael Jackson? Some bullshit. They're gonna sue us.
God owns it. You didn't put a thumbnail. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it'll randomly populate a thumbnail. It'll be sweet.
Womp womp. Things will happen, and other people will do things for me.
No, it's not even the people. It's the robot.
The robot will do things for me.
It'll populate
Things
something.
will just happen. I don't need to.
Look at this.
My show.
Look at this art, by the way. The early Irene drunk art, drawn by Jake.
Still how I look.
Everyone thinks
Guys, we know you can hear us.
Everyone thinks she has a goat's eye, but it's just how I drew. The other one that's covered is tall. You do one tall and one wide.
That's not a goat eye, that's a drunk bitch eye.
Yeah, that's like a pimple on your eyelid that you popped, and then it
got infected.
When I die, I'm putting money aside so everyone who loves me has to go to a church with a big ass fucking organ. And someone has to play this for real on like a powerful organ. And it has to go on for like an hour. and if anyone tries to talk, a priest comes over and slaps them and tells them to shut up.
It just starts blasting the high notes whenever you try and talk like this. This is the best part, by the way. Also, we're losing viewers, by the way. People were waiting and now they've left because I'm just kidding. Now it's back up, I guess.
Well, I'm not surprised. Well, hello everybody.
I almost hit end stream accidentally. How do I stop the video?
Oh God, you just wait for it to be over. It's almost over.
Yeah. There's no
Don't
way
end the stream.
There's no way you would have clicked the loot button ever.
I feel like we're not supposed to hear this. Hey! Oh my God, we're live.
Oh no! Did you guys hear that?
Oh my God! What an embarrassing conversation.
Oh, so embarrassing! Now everyone knows what we're really like. Nothing like how we are on stream.
Welcome to the Whittlers episode 1, Beginnings.
What? Wait, is that the new name?
Yeah, I don't know. It's thematically, it's because we're going to talk beginnings. So I thought, why not destroy everything we've built up until this point?
I feel like we should have I'm not opposed to coming up with a new name, but I thought we'd have a more proper discussion.
No discussion. We just whoever.
How this works.
Now, from now on, whenever it's on my channel, it's called the Whittlers, but you guys are all still part of it.
He's just splintered into his own show.
Whenever it's on my channel, I'm calling it Cock Block.
I'm gonna come up with a super gay name like Comic Quest. And it'll be on my channel.
Oh my God, the show! Oh my God, the show with no name.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh!
That can be what it's called on your channel.
That's even worse than Creative Blog.
That's what it's called on Phil's channel. The show with no name.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
No,
all right, it's settled, guys.
Unless there is, it's still Creative Block. Because unless there's like an actual efforted like rebrand, then all it would do is remove value.
Yeah, it would just fucking. We need to make an actual big deal about it. Agree on a name. So
because Creative Block is used. That's the main issue. If you Google it or search it in YouTube, our shows don't come up. Some other stupid ass show.
And it never will. It never will. That's the thing. That's no matter what.
I think having a
but the Whittlers, on the other hand,
comes up. Comic in our show name would help because we talk about comics.
Comics are fucking gay. No one cares about comics. We put.
Actually, I was gonna say that was my week. My week is I've been reading another novel, and I'm like, I don't even like comics anymore. I just like novels. I think I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to write novels.
Betrayed the mean. Well, I am going to continue drawing comics.
No. Look, comics are literally the best medium out there, but you've got to admit, comics are gay.
Yeah,
they're the best.
American comic. The way people, especially in America, make comics is very gay.
No, I'm just saying, like, oh, look at these little drawings I did with little speech bubbles. Could you read my little comic? Look at my cool little character. His name is Joe Character, and he has a big arm, and he like beats up all the other guys.
No, it's only because people don't take it. Even the creators don't take it seriously.
Yeah, novels might be gay too, though. I don't even know.
Everything's gay.
Well, the thing is, nonfiction novels were seen as a frivolous medium in like a century ago at its inception. So these are things that can change, but you have to put your mind to it.
Yeah, anything frivolous is cool.
It's an
anything that if you say in a bar. What were you saying? Sorry.
It's an inherently degenerate. It is degenerate art form. If everyone wants to argue about who's the cool guy and who's a shit guy, like comics themselves.
Yeah, everyone. It's
only degenerates make comics.
Yeah, it's if you told a girl, this is like the Stan Lee line, but he's like, if you told a girl at a bar that you're a comic writer, she wouldn't talk to you, and that's like that was what made it cool, kind of, was that it was so you were such a loser, and that like you had nothing to lose, so it made it like awesome, kind of.
No, it's. I think they're awesome. I'm just saying. You go to the woman.
But that ended because then it got cool for a little bit. But it's on its way to being uncool
by insulting the medium. So okay, it's not the medium that's the issue. I think it's how people are handling it. Because look at manga. If you're in Japan, you tell everybody you're a mangaka, it's not going to be met with the same reaction. Or if you're in Europe and you say you draw comics there, it's not the same reactions because the medium is handled with different levels of care.
Yeah. Guys, I've told people around here that I'm a comic artist, and they always go, "Oh, will you have worked on anything I've heard of?" Or like, "Have you been published by blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "You can buy my book in the store, bitch."
You can say you've been published now by blah blah blah. You can do the typical like, "Oh yeah, I worked with so and so."
Yeah, and then but actually, I've dropped Mark Miller sometimes. I'm like, perhaps you've heard of Mr. Mark Miller, they're super successful. And I'm like, he's done such movies as Kick-Ass and blah blah blah. They're like, never heard of him. I'm like,
well, you're surrounded by uneducated people with no class.
Yeah, if you're trying to hit on a woman at a bar, don't say that you make comics. Say like, I am the chairman of the board. No, I'm the chairman of the board of the giant big elephant dick society, like big huge dick society. And you
don't say that.
You would not believe how big it is, and like it's just a struggle sometimes.
Don't listen to him. This is not how you pick up women.
I mean, like, I'm looking
depending on the quality of woman you want, more precisely.
Okay, so breaking, Russian Noah's Ark satellite carrying 75 mice and 1,500 flies lands back to Earth.
Neat.
Nice. Wait, is that good or bad? It's probably good.
So they sent a bunch of mice and stuff into space and back?
I had never heard of this, but I can now.
Do you know the dog they sent named Laika never came back? They killed that dog.
I do know. She went up in space and then she got teleported to an episode of Space Dandy, and then no one ever heard from her again.
Yeah.
Look, here it is.
What happened. Oh my! What is that?
This is apparently the fucking Russian satellite carrying the 75 mice, and why would that be the combination? We're gonna put 75 mice and 1,500 flies. Was there more mice, and over time they got converted to flies?
That sounds like a thing I saw, that it was 10,000 Conor McGregors versus 1,000 Tyrannosaurus Rexes, or like 1,000,000 Conor McGregors versus 10,000 Tyrannosaurus Rexes. So this is like simulation theory. 75 mice, 1,500 flies.
Let's say all of the Conor McGregors decided that like they got to try and have the T-Rex swallow as many of them whole as possible. Then as a group, push their way like out of the stomach, like in the throat, out of the stomach. You know what I mean?
That's a pretty good strat, actually. That would actually work, but they would have to volunteer to die. So I don't know if they'd want to do that or not. Some of them,
You know,
But
as a group,
they say that. They say first in line for the gorilla or last in line for Bonnie Blue. Have you guys heard of that? You know what I'm talking about?
is Bonnie Blue some kind of OnlyFans prostitute? And
Yeah, she banged
Yes,
1,000 dudes
she's
or something.
the biggest whore
Wow.
on earth.
Yeah. So
Why are we
it's like
comparing gorillas to Bonnie Blue? What?
it's you know,
Which
because it's
one
like
do you want to
100
be?
men versus one gorilla, or I don't know.
Gorilla.
You have to pick one. You can either be the first in line for the gorilla or last in line for Bonnie Blue. What do you pick?
Of course, the gorilla.
I'm
Gorillas
gonna.
gorillas are very gentle, unless you touch it.
Dude,
No, they
I don't
actually
know.
are. I
It's
would
kind of a
rather be. I would pick a gorilla over demon.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. I think at this point in my life, I would sadly have to. I'd pick gorilla, and I would hold the crucifix up to its face, and I would say the power of Christ compels you, and then get my face ripped off by a gorilla.
Yeah. You're just like, oh God, the pain, but it's not as bad as the other option.
It's
Oh
not
God.
as bad as tainting my soul with Bonnie Blue Hole.
Listen, death comes for us all. At least I'll have my honor.
You know what?
Totally not pick the gorilla.
There's just something about that much DNA getting mixed together that you don't want to be part of, you know.
It's like one of the Siemens has to force its way into becoming a baby at that point. It's like at least one of them must be strong enough.
Yeah. Gross.
I'm not enjoying thinking about this.
This could be a science fiction, although it's terrible, but it would be the worst story ever, but it'd be like who won the lottery and then that person gets.
I think it's terrible that they've made little robots that like Sherpa gimped semen into an egg. It's a little spring robot, and it gets around one of the dying sperms, and then it shepherds it into an egg that it wouldn't otherwise have been pregnant.
And then it's like a little
do those babies become like? Does a really strong swimming sperm correlate to an alpha Chad human?
No.
I don't know.
Okay. Here's the thing: all the Chad sperms die because they get there first. So it's a battle of attrition with the egg. It's not like whoever gets. Oh,
they do the hard work. They're first in line for the gorilla. They die
honorable death. Exactly. So the sperm that made each of us was like just.
He was the smart sperm. He's like, "Hey guys, you go ahead." He was the turtle.
It was the sneaky sperm.
Yeah. Tortoise in the hair.
Weak sperm are weak. Wait, what would even happen if were we aligned to just what is happening? Are we supposed to fight Bonnie Blue or a gorilla?
There's a battle for Middle Earth happening within Bonnie Blue's pussy.
If you picture an RTS game, picture like Warcraft 3. That's Bonnie Blue's.
And as soon as she gets pregnant, she's like, "Well, time to bring in the Tylenol," and then it backs up a fucking dump truck full of Tylenol. And she just starts taking it.
Those stories are sad.
I can't decide if I hate this conversation or just don't like it very much. I don't know.
Oh, so you don't? Okay,
you're not enjoying this?
So both ends aren't fun for you. I understand. We can move on.
Well, I was gonna say, Phil is late, but he'll be here, and then I'm ready with the presentation, but we can delay slightly, and we can do our weeks and everything. So, do you guys want to go first, Rini? Do you want to go? And you can take as much time as you want. I won't even pressure you to speed it up.
Wow, thank you.
He won't pressure you, but he will pressure me.
Good.
Yeah, between the two of you.
Turn. So
just don't take up too much of Jake's time. Shit, does that count as pressuring?
He's pressuring.
I will take up as much time as I want. Hey, so it's fine. I didn't do much besides from Pencil and the Fiendish 3 Kickstarter launched last week, and I have good news because if you guys were there last week for the launch and for the creative blog stream, I, like a smart person, set the launch or the closing date wrong, the campaign duration wrong, but I bombarded Kickstarter with like 5 emails and like 3 help tickets, and they were like, yes, we will help you just this one time. And it was funny because I got a bunch of emails and it was just Monday morning because I was like emailing them all through the week, and I was like, I'm not sure if anyone is at work. It's the weekend, but I'm gonna keep asking them anyways because I have 7 days to fix this. And like Monday morning, my email is just filled with all these messages, and it's just this one guy consolidating all my messages and help tickets, and it's like, this is the same issue. Okay, these 2 are the same issue. Okay, it's all the same person complaining, and then they're like, we'll help you. So anyways, the campaign has been extended to 30 days in total, so disaster averted. And it's doing very well. I was on stream with Eric Shalai earlier. It was a really great stream. You guys go check it out if you haven't yet on his channel, Young Ripa. It was a great discussion. We talked about the creative process and all that stuff. It's always fun to talk to him. And I think that I've been honing my pitch skills. And you guys can let me know if I've done any better this time around. But yeah. That was a good stream, and I also did a podcast that's not out yet, but I'll let you guys know when that's out. I guess if you guys know Icon Presents, I filmed an episode with but I guess that'll be out like 2 weeks from now. But yeah, that was my week. Just a couple of shows, launching a Kickstarter, managing that, and closing down the Indiegogo. So there you go.
Nice. Sounds good.
Wow, I could go already?
And let me say real quick, Well-Read says, the man who saying AIDS too is offended. I realized, I think I was the one who brought up that conversation, so I can't hate on it.
You brought up Bonnie Blue.
Yeah.
You bring up the things.
And it was good. It was a good conversation. Guys, now we can think back on it fondly.
I'm rethinking the conversation because are you saying, what are we saying? Are we fighting Bonnie Blue and a gorilla, or is it something else?
You have to choose one or the other. But then it turned into the
what do you mean by choose
Lord
one
of the
or
Rings.
the other?
Irene, first in line for the gorilla is a reference to 100 men versus a gorilla in a fight. Who wins? You don't want to be the first guy because the gorilla is not tied yet.
It's gonna rip your face. You know?
The Bonnie Blue thing. She is a whore who had sex with 1,000 people. So if you're at the end of the line, 999 men have just had sex with her and finished. And so you are getting the sloppiest seconds of all sloppy, and known to man. Like this, I don't even know if there's any like pre-Rome, like bed slave.
Okay, I had to make sure it wasn't in line for the same things because then my answers would change.
So do you want to be last in line?
Rini thought it was to fight Bonnie Blue or to fuck the gorilla.
That's what I mean. I was about to do the same thing.
Belatedly realized, wait a minute, is it because if it's bestiality is worse than whoreness.
If every woman on Earth died, and the only viable female left was a gorilla, would you?
No, because you couldn't propagate the species. But if you could propagate the species, then I maybe would be tempted.
So she can talk. She's a Gigantopithecus, and she says, "Per."
Yeah, she goes, you want snoo?
I have been genetically modified.
Oh my, you're gonna restart the human population, but from like our ancient ancestors.
We must go back on the tree of evolution.
I don't know if what the Bonnie Blue thing even me because I can't exactly fuck her.
Okay.
I'm laughing at just the dichotomy of if it's gorilla bussy, but it's like fresh, or Bonnie Blue after 1,000. If that's the choice.
Okay.
God!
Okay, you're presented with 2 options. There's the absolutely decimated Bonnie Blue, or freshly shaved, showered, cleaned. She's eloquent. He smells good. of the
She
gorilla.
even has a dress on.
She's wearing a dress. She's got makeup on, and this is the gorilla you are presenting.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't mean to sink back into that conversation.
Yes.
But we can think back on it fondly in another 10 minutes, but for now I hate it. So.
Okay, we'll circle back.
You look, if you're gonna invoke the improvisational principle of yes and, I will always yes and. No matter what. No matter how much it hurts me, I will always yes and.
Oh yeah. I'm cool with that.
Thanks for warning us.
Be careful. I'll do it. I'm shameless. I'll shamelessly yes and.
I wonder how we can trap you with that.
Well, sometimes you got to judo throw it by like flipping it back, but I will always try my best to yes and. My week, it was spent. Oh yes, coloring. Oh yes, working on color. Oh, weeks and weeks of this shit. But it's going well. I have 1 week left to color 10 pages. Well, no, less than a week. I've got because I wanted to have it all done by the beginning of October, then hand it off to Bancroft for pre-press. Bancroft, I know, is in the chat. He's talking about his October calendar. He's regaling the chat. But in my mind, I gave him a week to do all the pre-press. I'm like, that's enough. Might be a bit presumptuous, but I don't know. This is the recoloring of the very first page I colored of the entire book. This is a before and after. So the first couple of pages, they were like hastily colored to get ready for the campaign. Hey, he says a week will be fine. Hooray! We're on the same page.
Your haste worked out.
But yeah, so if you want to see before and after, if you want to see before and after of like where the skills have developed, here is the panel. And as you can see, not the whole page is recolored, but this is the, what do you guys think?
Yeah, you got that thing where you got the Terminator lighting from the gradient maps, and you got the highlights on the beetle lady, spider lady.
Yeah, the shine on her really sells it. On top of just the brighter green, of course, but yeah, she pops out way more. She feels more like a spider. The shines make it look more solid. It's great.
And as far as I'm aware, these are print safe colors too. So it won't print as vibrantly, obviously, but in Clip Studio, you can turn on the CMYK preview now, just like you could in Photoshop. And like I color with the CMYK preview turned on. So when I turn it off, they get a little extra vibrant. But when this is in a CMYK print ready, it looks exactly as I intend. It looks a little extra glowy for us now, but yeah, man, I've got. So I went back. I colored 3 pages that were left over from they were like half. The right hand side of this spread wasn't colored. And the right hand side of like a couple of other spreads, they were not colored, and I've gone back and done those. So it's kind of like it's like a marriage. Some of these spreads are like a marriage of the beginning days and the end days, and man, having to go back to like how I set up the initial pages, like I was so retarded. I wasn't even drawing behind everything. Like this didn't even have the drawing behind the panels like everything does now. But yeah,
that's cool. Are you seeing how you've improved over just a few months before your very eyes?
It's a year at this point.
Yeah,
I think. This is 1 year progress. But yeah, that's my week. Doing a lot of research into the end of the world. And trying to avoid every single deception thrown at us since the assassination, and just getting ready for the massive ramp up in craziness that is definitely going to happen.
People were saying the rapture was supposed to happen, but you know what I was thinking? It might have happened. You know,
they were saying the thing that nobody knows. Nobody can predict what's going to happen. They were predicting that the unpredictable thing was going to happen. I'm shocked.
Well,
that it didn't work out.
It was some African minister guy, and they still have the Book of Enoch in, I think, in Ethiopia they do, and like it's not supposed to be predictable. It's like a thief in the night. You will not know. It's like a whole. It will be like Noah's times. People will be like partying, having fun. Like it's not supposed to be predictable. So if anyone says like it's this date, just know it's a deception. It's just some TikTok trend.
Well, I think not predictable means not predictable.
That triggered a memory. One time I was out when I lived in Portland. I was roommates with my cousin, and we went out like a handful of times or more. I don't know, but we were out like maybe with his coworkers, and they're all a little more like swag style. So they knew some club. So we go to this club. It was $20 to get in, and I was like, dang, $20, and everyone's packed in. It's not huge even, but it was like this kind of hip place, and it was for New Year's, I think. So then it's counting down to midnight, and the music it started playing was like doof, 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 doof. And there was like nothing but like this thunderous womp womp beat, and everyone was still dancing, and I was like, I just get the most heaviest satanic vibes with this whole thing.
You just didn't like it.
Yeah, it really creeped me out. I don't know. I wish I didn't even fully explain to you guys how weird it was. Like I gotta kind of remember, but it was actually like I feel like it was actually creepy.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's just a feeling.
Yeah. I want to for my week. I want to show you guys the book I'm reading. I got to run and get it. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Oh, Pear's the literature guy now.
Neat. But guys, all of the ramp up. I don't know if it's just my Twitter, but the ramp up in UAP stuff. Now, here's the thing. I am guessing that when the rapture happens, they're just gonna say it's aliens took everyone. It's gonna be the perfect fucking deception.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be everyone's gonna fall for it.
Oops. Wait,
yeah, isn't that how it's supposed to go? Everyone will fall for the deception. Almost everyone.
As a kid, I was always like, why do people title their stories with like just like a person's name? And
is that what? No, this is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Do you guys think this is a dude or a chick? Check out how much it costs.
I think that's a woman.
Robin.
$2.
$2.50 for this like kind of big blockbuster book. I found out halfway through. This is Robin Cook, but I thought it was a woman for the first half when I was reading the book.
It's a guy's name too.
I thought you meant the woman. I thought you meant the character on the front of the book.
That is a chick, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's women can't write. I mean, look at Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's great, I think.
Can you kick Jake, please?
Yeah.
You see Emma Watson's like, I think it's okay if I actually like J.K. Rowling, actually. I think that's
yeah. It's like, well, things are changing. A lot of flags in that march. Maybe I should,
I think it's okay if I'm a nuanced human being. Maybe
safe.
Oh, God, that's annoying.
Go with the ties of public opinion. Because that's my character.
But, so this book, it kind of has some, like, it's like, I guess, female fantasy written by a male, which is a male fantasy, to, like, dictate female fantasy, I guess.
Is it? I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, because women don't know what they want anyway. They don't have fantasies. Men have them for them. So, right, Irene? What do you think about that? But
women's fantasies are given to them by the demons, who are the lost souls of the Nephilim.
Everyone in that book.
I'm
go ahead.
having a hard time not being on board with this stuff because, listen, having seen what counts for women's literature nowadays, I almost agree with you guys. If this is what happens when you let women just run amok and just write whatever you want, indulge in your fantasies, and what we get is just pure degeneracy. Completely uninspired, way worse than any kind of porn men would write, then you're probably right.
Yeah. But even like this is like it's like swaggy doctors dating swaggy women kind of thing, and everyone's hot and wanting to date each other. And that's not even what the book is about. That's just like a little side note because it's about like an outbreak in a hospital and people dying and stuff. But
Cool.
it's written after reading Jurassic Park, and then reading this. Jurassic Park is better, but this is still kind of fun. It follows one guy, and it doesn't deviate, and it doesn't jump time that much at all. So, but it'll speed up like the pacing, but it'll tell you everything. So, if he goes home, it's like he cooked spaghetti. He stopped to buy some wine, and then he went for his 6 on Sunday, which is his 6 mile jog on Sunday, and so yeah, he jogs every night, and then he goes home and he reads his book to study the genetics because he's trying to find out. And this is all like one paragraph, and then it gets to like important stuff. And like Michael Crichton would have just like cut to someone else, and you would like you cut all that slice of life stuff out. But this is like a log of these people's lives, and he logs their life like it all takes place in Boston, but it is like I don't know, late 80s or 90s version of the hipster, no, the elite ideal of everyone wanting to date each other kind of thing. Like picture your perfect doctor boyfriend, and that's who like this guy is or whatever. And actually, so what's funny though is he has a perfect sort of girlfriend, but she's like a coworker or like his boss even, so they're keeping it secret, and they haven't sealed the deal yet because they both their partners have died in the last year. So they're like kind of just becoming friends, but it's sort of romantic. And then meanwhile, he this is what the book, this is the only thing I wanted to say is this book aura farms hard on one female character, and she's a stripper. But so this one doctor dies. He's the one with the breakthrough, with the mystery. They're trying to find out what his breakthrough was, and he got killed for it. But he died kind of from his own breakthrough. But people were trying to kill him too because all this like intrigue stuff. And then you find out he was dating this stripper, and he lived kind of a crazy lifestyle. And so the guy tries to go in and see the stripper. He sees her first in the newspaper, and she's covering her face. And this is like the beginning of the aura farming. So he can't see her face. So then he's like, well, maybe I can talk to her. So he goes to the club that she's at, and he's watching, and he's like, it was all like busted 40-year-old women that looked like they were bored, and all the men watching hated it. And he's like, but then this girl, Carol Danvers, she comes down, she was wearing a tight, and they describe
Carol
it like
Danvers.
Yeah, I forget if that's her name or not. It might be. But he describes it, then it does become like whatever. He's trying to write sexually or whatever Robin Cook is. And he's like, the men were no longer bored, and she wasn't bored either, and she looked vivacious, blah blah blah. I don't know. And so I'm like, dude, he's aura farming. And then so he tries to talk to her, and but she doesn't give lap dances. She just stays up in the back room, so he can't talk to her. So he tries to request through the ownership, and he asks them. He's like, could I talk to like Carol Danvers? And they're like, what? Nobody talks to Carol Danvers, and they kick him out or whatever. So he can't even talk to her, but he's seen her dance. And so this whole book, he's just trying to talk to this stripper to find out, because she was dating his colleague who mysteriously died. And yeah, aura farming super hard. At that point is when I was actually like, shit, I got to keep reading this book because I want to see if he's going to talk to Carol Danvers or not. He actually like follows her after work one night, and then he almost gets beat up because her bodyguard follows him following her, and then tries to like kill him, but he gets lucky, blah, 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 blah.
What's the book called?
It's called Mortal Fear, but it's awesome because it's like a super regular good book. I bought it so randomly and just started reading it. I'm like, all right, this is great. Like not as epic as Jurassic Park, but it's still pretty awesome. And it took about 100 pages to get to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm in. I'm reading this every day for at least an hour until it's done. Where I think with Jurassic Park, that was like page 50. And this loosely applies to the presentation of like when you hook people, how early can you do it? Can the beginning help, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, your Pear's journey into being an actual book reader is making me rethink reading the piles of books I've bought and haven't read. which
You
I
gotta
think
just
many people-
find one that makes it fun. Like that's my thing is I kind of tried to read artsy fartsy books for a while and just wasn't getting through them, or it'd take a year to read one book. But if you just read like a
Yeah.
blockbuster book, you can just breeze through it. It's awesome.
I think that was the problem where I used to read a lot and I would just read any fiction novel I can get my hands on, but then I try to make myself read some more like scholarly books that were talking about this or that theory, and I was like, because I want to understand all this, I don't know, social stuff, and I couldn't get through that. I just too
All
dumb
it,
for it, so I'm
all
gonna
it,
stick to reading fantasy.
all it took for Pear was a book about Miss Marvel being a prostitute.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I could also talk about beginnings. I forgot to mention I've been watching The Chosen, that Angel Studios show.
No one knows what it is. No one knows
I mean,
what that is.
Is that
okay, fine.
It's
the
a
is
I've
it
heard
biblical?
about it before.
yes.
It is. It
It's
is.
the whole Jesus story is as a, like a
I've
TV
seen
series.
screenshots from it before. I didn't even know what it is until I found out on YouTube.
It's like
And I was like,
5
"What's that?"
seasons of it. And it's very good.
Yeah, it is good.
Cool.
So
I know the
that was
Bible story is super legit. I don't know.
it's super legit, bro.
Pretty legit.
I'm just fan. I love anything historical, and I love Rome, like Rome, but also the TV show Rome. And this is interesting because it's the flip side of that is the people being ruled by Rome, and it's so interesting. Because I mean, obviously, besides from it being a good story, it's historically it feels so much older than when we have TV shows and movies about Rome, but it was at the same time. But I think that's just because we don't see as much of it, how like regular people lived back then. I'm loving it. I love anything historical, and it's also lovely. It's a lovely show.
Phil's here. What up, Phil?
I was about to say, where is Phil?
Hello.
Yeah, where's
Because you were in the
Phil?
chat, so I was like,
Yeah,
he'll be
I was
in
eating
sooner or later.
popcorn,
Yeah.
listening.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, were you guys being gross earlier?
Yeah, and we're saying
why I didn't come in. We can go
books,
back
novels
to
are
that
better
if you
than
want.
comics.
We
Oh yeah, should we go back to being gross?
He's invoking it.
we're no longer a comic show. Paris decided we're only talking about
Hey, I got a
novels.
new shirt.
Comics
Check this
are
out.
lame.
Phil,
Remember
would you rather 100 Betty Boops or 100 female shaved gorillas? Whatever,
Betty Boops! Bonnie
What's wrong with
Blue!
Betty Boops.
Bonnie
Get down with some
Blue!
Betty
Phil! Oh my god. He's
Phil
not
wants to
listening
fuck a
me.
cartoon.
Yeah.
I like her giant head.
Real quick, so I can take this screen down. I just wanted to point out very close to 1,000 on the Indiegogo, which is nice.
Excellent.
Can we possibly pass that tonight? And then we're getting close to tomorrow's 1 week left. So yeah, 1 week left for both these. So get if you're thinking of getting it, go on get.
That means you're okay. Cool. I'm glad it's going. Wait, does that mean you how much are you at overall on Hotel Story Doublement?
It's like close to 10,000.
Yes. That's what. Yeah. Okay, if you're gonna be doing 10K overall by the end, that'll be very cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Back it. Back it now. Thank you for the links, Alex.
By the way, Alex, Pat said this was only going to be a 2-hour show.
No, 2.5 hours, I think.
Only 2.5 hours?
Yeah. He says he's got somewhere to be.
That's not true. I said I'll end it early so we can hang out behind the scenes so we can.
Oh yeah. So we can talk about everybody in the chat.
Yeah, that's the place where you've got to be.
Not listening.
No, that's the place where you had to be.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about renaming the show to something that'll be even worse.
The Whittlers. We got to whittle,
Yeah, the Whittlers is good. I have a new shirt that we might be able to consider a new title for the show.
Oh,
you guys saw my shirt on Monday. You saw my Sydney Sweeney shirt, right?
Yeah, we should be called the Sweenettes.
No. I think this one's even better. This was gifted to me. Look at this.
to the dungeon.
The dungeon.
Well, I mean, that has been us for a while.
Yeah.
What is this though? What is
The story dungeon? That's the show. Welcome to the story
that
dungeon.
really helps our
stories
branding.
get where
I'd be
stories go to
down.
get tortured.
You have to
Of course
go
you're
along.
down.
You have to go along with everyone's jokes, even if they're demeaning to you. You have to go along with it. Otherwise,
You
you're a
were gonna
pussy.
make a hat. Where's that hat?
Fuck that hat.
No, you made two hats.
They did make a hat, but everyone memory hold it.
You have to bend over and make
I
a
want the
bitch out
hat.
of yourself. Otherwise,
Feel
you're a
like we
fucking
did-
pussy.
Acted like we had no sense of humor, but Jake straight up made a Dungeoneer's hat. It was so funny.
It was good.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be what I say, otherwise you're fucking gay.
Oh, it was
Sounds-
a Funyoneers. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not gonna
Oh,
name
yeah.
the show
the
that.
fun. Now it's the Funyuns. We need to go get a big bag of Funyuns.
The stinky onions. How about that?
You look like you have a Funyun on your ear, Jake. What is that?
It's an orb.
It's a belt buckle.
Oh, okay.
That's not drawn very well.
It's a magical orb.
Wow, did you hear that? It's not drawn very
You
well.
heard it.
It's
I'm
not
gonna start-
very well.
I'm about to start this presentation, by the way, but Phil, give us a little quick thing of your week. Be brief.
I don't know. Nothing really happened this week. It was pretty quick, I would say.
Pretty chill, Phil.
Yeah, it was pretty chill. That's about it. I did some lettering.
Did you just filibuster all week?
Basically, yeah. I had to drive to the city today for no reason, which was annoying, but yeah, it's going good. I did some test
Phil,
prints.
You should, if you ever did a solo promo show, you need to call it the filibuster.
Ooh, that's good. Solo promo homo. I did a test print on Magic Cop.
You're the solo pro.
I did a
Nice.
newsprint test print on Magic Cop. We're using thicker newsprint now for all your newsprint lovers out there.
Is it still nice and floppy though?
Yeah, it's super floppy. What are you talking about? Yeah, it actually has better newsprint texture too. I talked about it on Friday, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And I got this new shirt. I got a Sydney Sweeney shirt. Yeah. Oh, I saw that.
You got Sweeney jeans? Wear them with the shirt. Get
No,
them.
I don't. I think those are sold out.
Lieutenant Hughes says, Phil, why you late? Full back fiendish. Hail.
$2.
Hell, thank you.
I was just on Pete Sameti's show. That's why I was late. So I apologize.
How's old Pete doing?
He's good. He says hi.
Cool.
Hi, Pete.
That's good.
Hi, Pete.
Pete.
Yeah, he's
Talked
cool.
to him
We
in
had
a while.
a good conversation about comics and all that fun stuff.
Did you
So-
guys decide who is the self-printing winner? You both laid down the gauntlet. Who has the best newsprint?
Yeah, he tried to trip me up. He's like, "Hey, do your books lay perfectly flat as if they were made by a multi-million-dollar print house?"
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't, Pete. Thanks for bringing up a sore subject. All right.
Well, you just put a
His due.
dictionary on them for a week before you mail them out. And you're good
Yeah,
to
he
go.
gave me some tips. You know.
Sit on them.
He
Okay.
said use the old what's it called?
Yeah, I said I'm making
Encyclopedia.
stories, not
Okay.
paper plates. All right.
So, Phil, would you rather be first in line for the gorilla or last in line for Bonnie Blue?
What
What
gender is the gorilla?
We're not.
We haven't decided.
We were talking about that, but if your mind
Whichever-
wants to go there,
Whichever can rip
Yeah,
your face
I'd
off
say
quicker.
I'd say the human, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
maybe
you
that
were
is
supposed
maybe
to
that
fight
is
the
the call. I
gorilla.
don't know.
I
I
think
thought
the
you were
call's
supposed
the
to
human.
fight the gorilla.
Yeah, fight is
Fight
better.
the gorilla.
To die in battle, what's wrong with that? Just die a painful
Oh wait, I
death.
did.
mean-
I went on. Hold on, I went on Well Reg's channel. I think this week. Was that this week? I went on Well Reg's channel on Tuesday. No, when? I don't know. But I hung out with him. Yeah, and everybody was drunk, and it was a gay old time.
How does
Nice.
this link to
Okay,
the gorilla
alright.
thing? Oh,
Well, he was
He's
berating me
trying
for.
to move on from.
Well, Red kind of has the face of a gorilla if you've ever seen him. That's why it reminded me
God
of him.
Damn.
All right, I got a new format for my presentation.
it's called not even saving it out.
It's called.
It's called layers.
It's called I can't read that.
It's called zooming in whenever I feel like it.
Yeah,
Oh
while
my
I was on Well Reds, it felt like I was being harassed by a gorilla.
There
That's
you
why I brought
go.
up that's why it made me think of that.
Do you guys know what this is from?
Camera.
The West.
Is that
This
the
is the
opening of
Is it Australia?
the 2000 Odyssey with
Is that
the
a nipple?
no close. Yeah, this is the opening of No Country for Old Men.
Oh.
So not close at all.
Well, Bill was the closest, I
It
guess.
was an opening.
Yeah. Yes, and that's not what we're talking about until
What are we talking
later.
Oh, also, I got a couple of backers today, so thank you guys for backing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't.
What happened this week? And that's it.
Congrats.
So my thing, it's not the best organized, but I got a few jingles for you guys that I want to hit you with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
hit
the
you with
epi-
strong and fast and hard, like
So
Bonnie Blue and the Gorilla.
The episode is beginnings. The topic is beginnings.
Yeah.
Bonnie.
Yay.
So
Bonnie Blue is an OnlyFans whore, Phil, who had a massive orgy with like 1,000 guys, hence last in line. And it's like you'd obviously rather be the first to fight the gorilla.
there's some
Oh,
other horror too
oh.
who she's in competition with.
You just
Did you
fighting?
just get
I thought
it?
you were.
You're
I
not
thought-
gonna. No, you're not fucking the gorilla.
I was wondering the same thing for a minute.
Okay, so beginnings. I'm trying to think. Okay. So I think the number one thing, I guess, what's the goal, right? You want to hook your reader. We turn stuff off, sometimes if you're really skeptical, you'd be like, yeah, screw this. Like sometimes you'll do that. Like what makes you do that versus sometimes beginnings, you will be like, well, damn, I'm in. And there's a couple different categories. Like I named them too. Like there's one, what were we calling it? But it's like the Pulp Fiction opening. And this, I think, technically is the carnal opening, but that's the like win them over with one foul, like, fun little thing. And then you kind of got them from that point.
Yeah,
you got like, do you guys,
you make a tiny you make a tiny microcosm scene that is it can either be a compacted version of the whole story, or it's just like just finishing an adventure with these guys, so you know what the main adventure is going to be. Yeah, it's like
I called it the Trust Me Bro intro. So Pulp Fiction, where it's like, it's not like starting a story. It's more just like, damn, this is what we're watching. Like, this is cool. Another one that's like that, it is Mark Miller's one, where the guy flies and then the narrator's like, by the way, that's not me. And then the guy dies. He's crazy. He's like, that's a crazy person.
Is that Kick-Ass?
Yeah, Kick-Ass. Yeah. Like from that moment where that like joke happens, you're like 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was fun.
And so
you got me, and a guy died.
You know what turns me off from like a hook that gets me not hooked?
What?
Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
What'd he do?
Are you in a phase of not liking him? Because I go through phases where I prefer both. And I
haven't exited this phase.
You're actually invoking the similar thing I wanted to invoke, which is the pre-beginning, the genre choice. And Wes Anderson's a genre in of himself. Same with Tim Burton.
He's like a non-ra. You know what I'm saying? Like a non-genre.
Non-ra?
I don't know. He's
She-Ra, but she's
I think he'll start his card. They're kind of literary. He'll start with borderline text scroll with voiceover. Right. Some of that is, so this is like the one thing, my main idea is it's exclusive information. That's when the audience feels like they're in. This overlays with like psychology for like clicking on YouTube videos and stuff too. And if you're going to keep watching them, it's just, if the information feels exclusive, then it feels special. You feel special watching it. then you're going to keep watching. So it's ways to make the information feel exclusive. There's like different things you could do. One of the things you could do that's they're all like sort of obvious ish, but if you say them out loud, it helps. And you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But one of the best things you can do is have a scene. I was calling it the airlock scene. So it's like a stepping scene, where it's like I call it the guy who knows a guy scene too, like where you don't get the information right away. You get it like there's always a step. Like if you picture an opening, like a guy is in an alleyway, he walks up and knocks on a door. The guy slides it open and says, "What's the password?" The guy says, "Geriatrics." And then the guy closes it, opens the door. The guy walks in. You follow him in. He's walking down a hall. At that point, you're like kind of more into it than if it just starts with whatever. It's like thresholds, but thresholds is like a big word that comes up a lot. But airlock, I call it the airlock scene. It could be meta, like a character can be the airlock. Like that's like you have a narrator, and
which number is this? Which number is this? This isn't the same thing as the kick-ass thing, right? The kick-ass thing is you have privileged info and you're in the cult now. You know the cult before everyone else does. Is this a separate point? The like crossing the threshold?
Yeah, this portal? Is the kick-ass is trust me, bro. It just starts with an awesome joke and then you kind of are won over from that point. And then some of this might overlap like a Venn diagram, but then the exclusive information is like one of the ways is it's like where the story starts too. So like there's obvious things like if it starts like on the International Space Station, like that's exclusive, you know, like like, oh, International Space Station. No, I've never been there. I guess all right, you have my interest.
I love the exclusive information start because that I do that a lot. Just hearing you talk about it, I do it a lot. Like, okay, the opening scene is someone getting murdered. Then we cut to the people who are going to investigate the murder. You already have more clues than
Watchmen.
they do. Yeah, exactly. Throwing out the window in Watchmen.
Yeah, you are gifted the exclusive information and they feel powerful and special and happy. You know.
Yes, that I do think that is so valuable in storytelling.
Yeah, and that I think I read here like there's a sense of building. That is definitely a sense of building. That's a little bit like the trust me, bro, too. Like some of it you can translate it the subtext to the YouTube script where it's like, trust me, I'm building something special here, and by the end it's going to be super sweet. So stick around to the end of the video. Where like some YouTube videos, they're like, all right, I'm going to give you 5 horror movies you guaranteed have never seen, and one of these is going to give you nightmares for the rest of your life. So stick around. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, so that's the same tactics.
Yeah, that's the promise, the tease. But you can't say that out loud if you're doing like a story. But the audience will like, they will straight up be like, the second you show a murder, you know, they're like, oh, the guy's going to investigate a murder. They're going to catch the guy eventually. There's going to be a big fight. This is sweet. I'm in. Whatever. You know, like they do a ton of the work. That's the thing. That's like, yeah, kind of a psychological thing with sales. They say too is like, you know, let them sell themselves. If you're
you can't give away all the information. You need to present a question and only half answer it, and just keep asking questions and half answering them, or answer it and present a new one immediately, and that's how you keep the intrigue going.
Yeah. And there are some slides that talk about that kind of stuff coming up, of like even ordering the information and best ways to do it. Actually, I think even there's one question like, picture that your story is a bag with 10 items and they're all have a power level of 1 to 10. So you have like your 10 is your most powerful item, and you're in a hospital talking to some kids dying of cancer and they're kind of bored, but they want to be entertained. And it's like, okay, so which item do you pull out of the bag first? Do you pull out? No, actually, you would pull out a bullet. Idea. I think.
Because then you know there's a gun.
Wow.
Will there be a gun?
Yeah, because then you got them hooked because they know a gun's coming later. But yeah, like you wouldn't pull your 10. You know what I mean? You save your 10 for later, but you don't want to start with your 1 because you'll never hook them. So you got to start with like a 7 or something. And then
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You've
A lot
had
of,
the kid
lot
the
of
bullet.
metaphor tonight.
And the kid the bullet.
Yeah.
Yo, check it out, kid. Check out the inscription on that thing.
Yeah.
A lot of
So,
writing on
as-
bullets recently.
As far as exclusive information, the movie that I could think of that does it better than anything else to a degree where I was like, I think he might have known about this and did it on purpose is James Cameron in Titanic. So I'll tell you real quick because it's kind of funny. Like Titanic, it starts talking about exclusive. It starts at the bottom of the ocean, and it's like a submarine. So that kind of gives you a little bit of that middleman too. Like humans down there is even more cool than like floating just cameras down there and you're seeing what's down there or whatever. So it's humans down there and they're discovering something and they discover kind of this like mystery. I think it's around the ruby that they find or like the necklace. And so so then there's this old, is someone laughing?
Yeah, I just remembered what happened at the end. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
The old woman jumps off the boat and kills herself.
If
Yeah,
only.
no. So that's exclusive. But then what's kind of fun is you want to kind of know that mystery. Then there's this old woman. So this is the airlock metaphor where she is your guide to give you the exclusive information. So then you're one layer deep in like the Matrix. So and this I did once I thought of this, I was like, this works a lot. And I sometimes it annoys me when movies do this, but I'm like, I think I get why they do it. And I'm like, maybe I should do it more often or whatever. But Saving Private Ryan does this, where you start with an old man and then he remembers the story, So that's what makes it exclusive.
Big Fish.
Yeah, because then you get your like transport into the world. You get your threshold that you pass through. Like for a story to feel exclusive, you want to pass through a threshold into the story, and so it can be through someone telling the story or something like that.
I do that all the time. Like the Lost Page is all the hobo telling the stories, and then even in like issue 2 of The Man with No Strings is a story that's being told.
Yeah,
it's the guy before Aladdin who's like, buy my fucking shit.
Yeah.
Kabuki or whatever.
So yeah, with Titanic, it's exclusive at the bottom of the ocean. Then exclusive information of this story that only one woman knows, and she's actually going to tell you. And then when she starts telling the story, the Titanic is very exclusive, and Jack can only get on the Titanic by winning the tickets. So then he gets to go at the last second. So it's 3 layers deep into like psychologically how exclusive it feels by that point. And then you really are like, I think, that movie made so much money. And it had such a long theatrical run, almost like for other reasons, maybe, but that's like a big part of it is like James Cameron doing these tricks.
Yeah, there's also another level of that where similar to exclusive information, exclusive information implies high effort to obtain that information, and seeing somebody. So you guys know the concept of if the characters care about what's happening, then the readers care. And because the characters in the Titanic, they've gone to such great efforts to reach the Titanic and bring up this ruby, and Jack he cares so much about getting on the Titanic, and he's happy about it. And because they're invested, James Cameron wasn't relying on the viewers automatically caring because everyone knows what the Titanic is. He was selling you this was an awesome thing that the people in the movie are very invested in finding out more about and going on this adventure. I think that helps the viewers be more invested.
Yeah, like he sells the Titanic, then he sells the story, then he sells like what's within the story or whatever.
Yeah. Everyone in the movie is like, this is awesome. I want to find out more about this ship.
Yeah, another layer to the Titanic thing is him winning a bet and getting the ticket. Anything you're gonna do, it's like make it happen by the skin of its teeth or by the last thread. Like it didn't just happen easily. Like it just slipped by, and if it didn't slip by, everything would have been destroyed.
Yeah, and like a lot of teenage girls are like, if he only didn't win that poker game in the beginning,
Yeah.
he'd still be alive. Yeah,
We never would have fucked that rich woman.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I kind of
you're
want to
gonna-
rewatch that movie now that we're talking about it.
So, okay,
Ugh.
you die on the Titanic, but you get to have sex with the old lady.
Well, she wasn't old back then. She was just kind of a little selfish, maybe.
They're like homely, I'd say.
Oh my gosh, she was not homely.
They resurrect Leo, and she's like, no, I'm still here. I waited for you. And he's like, ugh, you're way too old.
Oh god.
You
Like
know
a
who I
robot
am?
chicken.
I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, you're at least 50.
Pear, Pear, did you get a haircut?
No, my hair is all showered.
We call it.
Oh, you took a shower. That's what it is. I'm like,
It's just
did
matted
you
and sweaty. That's what he meant to say.
Bill,
look
we
like-
around
you look
here
like-
we call it a pear cut.
a pear cut, which is a regular shower.
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
was like, you kind of look like more in shape or something, or maybe you got a haircut or you trimmed the beard, but
Yeah,
was
it's
a shower.
because I've been showering
Ooh.
at the Y with all those naked old men. You know what
the testosterone.
I'm Actually, I'm so high T that I get these insane pimples on my legs now, and I pop them and they
What?
just explode and they hurt so bad and squirt everywhere.
That sounds like a
I'm so IT, I have herpes.
oh my god, go see a doctor.
These
What the
old guys at the Y, man. You don't have to rub
Oh.
up on them when you're there.
Yeah, you do. They're the loofah.
Oh my god. Alex Gary, I agree. That sounds like an infection. Go see a doctor. Chat, Rose was not fat. What are you guys talking about?
That is
She was
awesome.
only selfish and terrible.
If she was a bit more fat, she'd probably be a little bit more attractive.
Jake's like
Yeah.
chubby.
She's like one of them women they used to paint back in the day, you know. I'm saying.
Yeah, like a Grecian.
A pear.
Yeah, she's like
Grecian
Grecian.
lady.
Rose had a fat soul.
What'd you say?
Sorry,
Fat
Daylight
soul.
said Rose had a fat soul. My mic cut out. Oh my god.
She did. That's part of her charm. I wonder if that plays into like the psychology of the movie.
What a
She did have a fat soul.
dumb movie.
I freaking sense it.
I don't even
Yeah.
know what that means. Whoa, I didn't
Are you
even
gonna Perry? Are you gonna see The Long Walk?
Nah. Did you see it? Is it good?
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't enjoy it.
You should have watched Demon and Slayer instead.
That was good.
They look too young.
What? What?
They're not there for you to oogle at. It's a
No, I'm
fucking
not-
action shonen movie.
I'm not saying
Fuck is that
I want that.
supposed
I'm
to
just
mean?
saying they look like they're 7 years old. I don't want to watch like a high action 7-year-old thing.
It's actually really good, and you're missing out.
How old are they?
They're
So,
like
7.
teen to 20s. There are
Seven.
even a couple of old people, believe it or not. It's anime, so everybody looks like they're 12, but the main character is like 15.
Yes. Okay, so let me read what I wrote. I don't remember this. What the audience expects without you even saying anything. Example, The Matrix and Agents. If a character turns to the camera and says the YouTuber line, stick around because we'll have to face an agent one-on-one without running eventually so you can see how that goes. What's funny is that would still sort of work, but way better without saying anything. The audience already expects all that. They expect answers. They start forming expectations and fanfic in their head about what might happen from the jump. If you lead them too much, you kill that. So we're getting into a little bit of what Irene was talking about of just how much information you can dole out. You want to
Yeah,
keep the
for sure.
intrigue alive.
You see that all the time in modern cinema or just writing in general, where it just sounds like there's a writer that wrote that and it just gives you too much information. And more times than not, saying nothing is probably better.
Yeah. Saying nothing works really well. And the audience, you can just picture him being like, TMA, bro. And like walking or turning off the TV or whatever.
It's kind of harder in comics though, because you inherently want to have words in a panel, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But there's definitely times where you can create a scene that doesn't need any dialogue, and that'll work better. But there, you're, you know, as a creator, you want to fill the space, especially if there's a void of art somewhere where there should be letters. It definitely helps if you're just like the writer and artist, so you could pre-plan this stuff a bunch.
It
Yeah.
does help. And just getting proofreaders, because having one of the things that the most valuable feedback I get when having my stuff proofread is just people telling me what information needs to be there. And a lot of the time, most of what I'll incorporate is, this is over explained. You don't need to say what is happening or explain this because the reader can intuit it. And then on the flip side, sometimes information is lost because I know it as a writer, but it wasn't explained in the story, and a reader wasn't able, the average reader wouldn't be able to intuit that. And because you're so close to the story, that you don't realize that as the writer itself. So proofreading helps for that reason.
Yeah, I've gotten feedback where readers want certain things explained by the end. And you definitely want to, if you do explain it, like, yeah, don't maybe explain it at the beginning. If you explain it at the end in a kind of more natural way, hopefully they would like that, you know. But yeah, explaining at the beginning. With this too, one thing I was thinking of is kind of with that bag and diseased kids metaphor too, is, and then one of the previous things we talked about is the embarrassment of riches, where if you're, one of the best feelings is almost like effortlessness and or aloofness, or the opposite of neediness. Neediness being like me, like my story. Here, I have badasses. I have giant robots. Here, I have everything you love. What do you love? I'll give you what you love. What do you want? Like that is, you know, that equivalent of that is a bad story. But a good one would be like, almost like, I don't know, what's in the bag here? Like there's, and every single thing is good. So I don't even care. Like I'll throw it randomly. That actually feels really good if you're a reader. When you get that feeling that this author doesn't even give a fuck because the story is so good that they don't even care.
I don't know. I mean, maybe some writers can pull that off. What I think works when I'm watching someone present their story, and what I try to aim for is, you have to act like you care about your story, and it's not, you're not begging everyone to like your story or please oh please read it, and you're not making the bet that you have the charisma to act like you don't care and everyone be like, oh, you're so cool. It's more of a, oh my god, I'm so into the story and I'm so invested, and you think it's awesome, and that's all you're talking about. You're not even asking the readers to read it. You're just saying this story is really awesome, and you're going on about your characters. That's really a good sell.
But I think what you're saying, Per, is like, as you're reading it, it's so crazy. It seems like the creator doesn't care and didn't have an outline or anything.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of an example.
Like that doesn't even
I like what Irene said. I think I agree with what Irene said, but I think maybe it's, yeah, like I do think about like what is the least needy a story can be, and that would get to a point where it's almost like ignoring the audience, and the audience would kind of like being ignored. That's part of storytelling, is they're not supposed to be there. They like to feel like the invisible watcher. And so, yeah, I don't know. That's where part of the magic happens, is when they feel ignored, obviously.
Well, I like when the story is so unpredictable, almost like it's very wild. Like if you like read a lot of like Grant Morrison stuff, it's so like absurdist and surreal, where there's very few rules because reality is broken so much, you know, that. is crazy because it's unpredictable. I mean, like Doom Patrol is like that. From what I've seen of his Animal Man run, like Dark Tower just has like very surreal scenes, and which are probably heavily planned out, but it gives off the feeling that there is no plan.
Oh, that would be a little bit maybe a good way of putting what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
This, if you feel a plan, you kind of don't like that in any story almost.
Yeah, there's so I think we are talking about the same thing but with different phrasing. Is what you're trying to get at that that presentation style where the writer is just into the story and being daring instead of worrying about what the audience will think and holding yourself back, because I think that's prevalent in a lot of media, and that doesn't really create a good story if you're afraid of somebody else's opinions while you're writing. If someone's acting like all I care about is what I'm doing here, I'm going to make this cool, and everything else can go to hell, I think that does work. I agree.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know how when we talk about like interactivity and you are rewarding the reader for maybe anticipating something and coming to a conclusion that actually happens, that could be very rewarding for your reader. But at the same time, the opposite of that, you get a similar feeling when anything could happen, and it's what happens next is very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Weird, because they're opposites of each other.
And those both feel good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. So if for beginnings, you're almost dealing a little bit more with the audience doing their own fanfic. This, like, we're talking about the promise and the tease, where you aren't like setting up anything other than giving them a little bit of building blocks to have their own fantasies about what they expect from the story.
Yeah, and I think probably a beginning, there's more leeway of it being unpredictable than like an ending.
Yeah, you want it, a little bit more on the unpredictable side. Like, even I was thinking Jurassic Park. So like, at what point does Jurassic Park, do you know it's about dinosaurs? You kind of want that to be more early. Obvious. I feel like that, like, you don't want it to be like the twist halfway through is you find out it's about dinosaurs, which is actually a little bit more like how the novel is. But the movie, they do have, you don't get to see the dinosaur, they tease it, but it's a dinosaur and it kills a guy in the first like 30 seconds or something. One of the workers moving, which happens off screen in the book, but they show it. So yeah, like, I've thought a little bit about that kind of stuff of like, that would be a little bit like an editor. It could be the kind of thing of like, what is your story? Are you signaling the type of story that you want to be to the audience soon enough? And
yeah, that makes me think of Invincible. So like, Invincible was pitched by Robert Kirkman at Image, and the big twist, which is like Invincible's dad, who's the Superman type figure, came to Earth to conquer it, right? Mm-hmm. But that was gonna be a twist that happened originally at like, and Jim Valentino is like, move that up, make that issue 4, because you don't know if you're gonna stay, like, if you're the series might get canceled, but that's the whole twist of the series. It should be up at the front so your audience gets into it quicker. And he did that, and then it blew up.
Yeah,
I do think you should put your cool stuff in earlier. It's I'm trying to think, what is insecure storytelling? It's when you present something as super cool and it's not.
Yeah.
But then the inverse of that is when you is the
or if you're like, wait, don't go.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
Cool. Please,
yeah. That's
right. Desperation.
have faith in yourself as a storyteller, you should be putting your best stuff early.
Yeah, just be
instead
like,
of dragging-
boom, dinosaurs, bitch.
yeah, you have but you're still having the dinosaur thing happen to stuff. Camera, you're hearing sounds, you're getting clues to build the terror. 'cause you
Yeah,
can't
but
see
if you
the
want the
monster
full course
specifically in a
dinosaur,
horror.
you got to stick around to the end of the
Yeah.
video. So yeah,
I think that's a good point. To move all your cool stuff earlier in the story helped me, and that's part of why the first arc for Fiendish ended up being expanded, because I realized I could just move up all the character development instead of holding on to it, and there was more substance within the first. The key is to trust yourself with coming up with more cool things, and I think that's a hurdle as a writer that I have to learn, and maybe a lot of other writers have to learn as well, because when you come up with a cool idea that's like, not most people aren't, at least just being idea machines and being able to generate tons of cool ideas. And when you have a cool idea, you want to hold on to it, you want to wait and make it a big deal in the story. But oftentimes it's more enjoyable for the reader if the writer doesn't seem to even building on what happened before. And that's the most enjoyable type of story. I realize that's why I like shonen, and the shonen and seinen stories I like for manga and anime are that it's one insane cool thing happening, and then they somehow top it, and then they top it again. That's why anime is so.
Yeah, have faith in your ability to think of cooler shit. That's the confidence you need to be an actual good storyteller. If you don't have the confidence that you can think of cooler stuff here and that's it, then why tell one story? Why build this?
Yeah. This has come up on multiple presentations, this idea, and I like it. I want to write it down because that is a good point. Like, yeah, like don't hold your awesome shots for too late or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you don't even know how cool of a thing your thing could be.
Right. And by the end of the series, it could be the third coolest thing, you know?
Yep.
Because there's probably going to be some cooler stuff that comes in down the line.
Chad is saying the audio is choppy. Chad, is it just for me or is it for everyone?
I don't hear
Hello.
I don't hear it from you at all.
The connection's fine from StreamYards, but maybe it's through YouTube. I'm not listening on YouTube.
I'll go look on YouTube.
Lots of popping. Yeah, I don't hear it either.
Is it just from me?
No,
because my
It's for everyone.
On-
they're saying.
on
everyone?
stream, it's popping around. Yeah, it's like
Oh.
it's like.
Oh my god, that sucks.
So let me go check the other one. Hold on. It's back. I think it's back.
Sorry.
Hello?
Chad. It says it's fixed now. I
Is
guess
it
it fixed
fixed?
itself.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
okay.
like my internet or what. I feel like my internet's fine. It hasn't been like
I think
lagging here.
it has to be StreamYards itself or the connection between.
Yeah.
i3 Atlas just sent out like a huge pulse across the.
Was it me?
system.
Our daily Atlas update from Jake.
Who is it?
It's huge apparently.
Yeah, and that was 10 minutes of
No.
bullshit.
A solar flare hit i3 Atlas, and at the same time 2 earthquakes happened.
Glitching hard now.
It's the apocalypse.
Again? It's doing it again?
Hold on.
Really?
What do you mean?
Does it happen? Does it go away when I mute my mic?
No, it's fine
Yeah,
now.
is it me?
It's fine. It's fine. I listened to it. It's fine. Moromi's just delayed.
Glitching.
Okay. Because I did change the audio setting on my mic, but it's because I was trying to get rid of the, my mic.
Well, it's weird that
like,
none of us
yeah.
hear it in StreamYard between us, you know?
Yeah. It has to be StreamYards to YouTube. Something is happening in that connection.
I pay freaking streamers a ton of money. They gotta not do this.
I know.
Streamers.
Maybe we should switch to whatever Pizza Muddy's using.
Well, it's like given to Caesar.
Does he use Melon? I heard
No,
Melon.
I think it was Restream. Real Stream?
Oh, okay. Real stream.
Yeah. I Go where the
Cool.
getting's good, wherever it may be.
Well, if it's good now, then that's acceptable.
Okay, we're back. I put up another slide. Let's see. We'll blow through these kind of fast. We'll see what's up. What kills this process for the audience of them doing their own fanfic early in the story based on kind of we're giving them the building blocks. Your story has assets. Imagining your story is a bag of goodies ranging from super cool to just okay. Okay, we already talked about that. Yeah. So if so if you have the bag, you do obviously you can't like start with the end, but dropping your best shit that isn't the end pretty darn early is a good idea.
Some stuff you'll realize maybe I should hold on to this, but the only reason, because I've encountered a similar conundrum at the end of the first arc for Fiendish, and the only reason I'm thinking of holding off on a cool thing that could happen is not because, well, I'm afraid that I'll never come up with something cooler. It's more because the character development might not be at that point yet. So I think that's the only reason you should hold back on doing the cool stuff. And otherwise you should commit to wowing the readers and trust that you'll build on your ability to do that continually.
Yeah.
But
a good
to your slide, you're trying to say before we went into the do awesome stuff early thing, you were saying give the building blocks for people to make their own fanfic in their head. That's interactivity, that's the light bulbs. And how you steal that from someone, that's what we're exploring now. And you answer all the questions you raise, like boringly, right?
Yeah.
You're at the very
and
beginning,
even if you answer them in a good way, almost too early, that would be bad.
Yeah, you
for sure.
Your initial opening is raise an interesting question, and then for God's sake, don't answer it.
Yeah.
To ruin it, to steal it would be to answer it and then just ask another question. Because what you've now done for the viewer, they're like, oh, this is just so I don't need to hold on to anything.
Right.
This is just going to be question and answer, like it's a fucking test.
Right. Doesn't make you think at all.
Yeah. Yeah. If your story is explaining like why you think something like here's this and this is badass because this, like, you can't tell them why it's badass. They have to just think it's badass.
Well, it's like you show a murder and then you see the murderer with their full face and you don't even know who that is yet. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Well, that's a good point. I think part of reader engagement is making the reader feel like they've worked for every information point, every reveal and answer to their questions. So if you've committed to the story and the answer was rewarding and it feels like everything that led up to it was unexpected enough, but also not, the conclusion wasn't too absurd, it's that right balance, then the reader feels rewarded for their time. Otherwise it's a betrayal if it's too easy.
Yeah. Okay, let's say if you had $1 million billion and you could buy whatever you wanted, you would kind of not give a shit about anything you bought. You would treat it like crap. You wouldn't really value it anymore because it was too easy. You do not value things you get easily, but you could get something really small. But if you really fucking worked for it and it was very difficult to get, that thing is more valuable than anything else.
Yeah. Came up earlier that like exclusive of it, like an exclusive story is a story that's hard to attain, or information that's hard to attain is exclusive information.
Yeah. Well, that's
the second you just tell people, it's kind of like
it's the golden ticket to the Willy Wonka factory that was difficult to get. The odds were so slim.
Yeah.
So now
that's also
go on.
No, what you just said reminded me of this struggle with story scope that I think I've heard some writers having, where does every story need to be world changing? Does everything need to end up being a battle under the ocean or on the moon? And while that's really cool, and I do think most stories should end in a giant epic battle under the ocean, the the real
Spoilers.
factor.
Or on the
But
moon.
yeah, finishes in the end in a battle under the ocean. But the actual reward is how you treat these reveals and whether you feel like you as a reader feel like you've worked for the reward. It's not even the actual scope. It's does it feel grandiose? Does it feel like it was worth your time? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if the
Yes.
writer treats the
And
climax
that's
of the
some of that's just
story,
it is like put it later in the story because that the work for the reader is to like read the story.
sure, yeah.
And then
If
they
it
put the
takes that
work and then
time
they
to
want to know.
develop, yeah.
Because that is something they'll be like, I read the whole story and he still didn't answer the stupid question I wanted answered. That you
Yeah.
get that too, sometimes.
Well, there is something to be said about putting stuff before its time, rather, which is the opposite problem of the like leave it too late and just hold these golden eggs until the end. Like in video games, some people like this. I actually really don't like it. You'll start the game and your character will have all the powers and they can do all the cool shit. And then they get the shit beaten out of them and all the powers are taken away. And then the whole game, you're kind of like, oh, I want to build to get those back. The whole game is like getting the powers back. And then the ending is essentially the beginning when you finally have them all back. I don't like that because I actually feel like, oh, it was cool, and now you made it just super lame, and I'm just trying to get back to normal.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I can see that. That's a good take on that. That's funny. You're convincing me because I would have said I like that. But yeah, like Jurassic Park, like what is that where it works is the equivalent of that with Jurassic Park would be like, here's the T-Rex fucking eating someone, but burnt, we're gonna cut it right in the middle and you don't get to see.
Yeah, and
then
and then it's the T-Rex scene or it as the opener, and the T-Rex is like a scene, and then he's about to eat someone, and then it cuts away, and you're like the kids at home packing, ready to go on their trip to the island, and you're like, "Fuck you! No, I'm not watching this anymore."
And then you just got to keep watching just to get back to the T-Rex scene and be like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, and by then it's not even fucking cool anymore. You know what
that's
I mean?
funny. That is like a thing people do, and it sort of does some of the stuff, but it's so cheap. So yeah, it's and it has these negatives that you're bringing up. That's interesting. We've been talking about this, but let me just read this real fast. A good hack is the embarrassment of riches approach. You have so much cool stuff in your story, you lose track of some of it. The audience will want to know about it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." Not needy story versus needy story. Is you only have a few things to offer and are very conscious of it and drawing the audience's attention to it. Like, yeah, that's and Jake kind of mentioned that like the ultimate like needy thing is to have this super cool precious thing to you and be like, "Behold." And then the audience is just like, what the fuck is that stupid thing?
You're like, yeah, and
you're like, that's all I got, actually. So
if you jump into a story without establishing why, without making the audience care, and then you're just like, look at this pretty scene that is a bunch of cool looking weapons and powers, behold, nobody will care because you haven't made them care. You never established why.
Yeah. But so with that, we can talk about that because that vexes me because I feel like some movies can do that where they can start with like a straight up action scene and you don't know who's who and you kind of get into it, like if they do it right, but then it has like some kind of X factor or aura. I wish I could think of an example because there a lot of times if it is an action movie, but there's one called The Raid Redemption and it does start with them in a van before all the crazy action starts. They're in a van. And that's what makes you care. You know what I mean? And that's the airlock scene. So so the fact that they're in the van moving to the place and then they get to the place and then they start fighting and you don't know who anyone is and they're just fighting, but it's awesome. And if they didn't have the van, you wouldn't care at all. For some reason, that just being with them in the van for a little bit makes you care.
If
Right, it
the
could-
behold is, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, it could have just started right at the place that, right where the fight is. But it starts in the van and that journey to the fight. It's interesting.
Yeah, and then just them being kind of intense, waiting or whatever in the van is like all you need. That's kind of crazy that that's literally, all you need. I think, as I'm saying this, I think they put some flashbacks while they're in the van. And the flashbacks, it's him and his wife, and he's kisses her goodbye and he goes to work. And so, yeah, then you supposedly care. I'm like, it'd be better without the flashbacks, I think, though.
I don't know. I'm already imagining a really cool opening to a film in my head where it's like a couple of guys dressed in all black. They're in the back of a van, and you just hear an action scene happening outside, and shit's going. And then like one of them's about to leave the van, and the other one says, "No, no, not yet." And then he sits them back down, and then you're hearing beep beep beep. And then suddenly it's really, and they've been really quite professional. Then the back door suddenly opens and someone is thrown in and they're bleeding to death. And they're like, go, go, go! And then it's the chase scene of running away from something. Like
that's almost the Tenet opening. Tenet has such a cool opening. And it is like, it's like, wait, why do we care? Just because this is fucking badass. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I was gonna mention the Baby Driver opening, where I think it was just driving, right? You didn't establish anything. It was just, they're getting away, and this guy is just making the most wild moves with this car, and the behold factor was innovative enough that it does work in that case.
Yeah, and like Drive is like that too. It has the aura X factor. Like it starts with him in the car. He's looking at his watch, and you're with him while he's looking at his watch. You don't see the robbery, and then they run into the car, and he starts driving. You stay with him in the car for the entire scene. They're dodging a helicopter, it's like super awesome.
It's a cool guys don't look at explosions or a fawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does this apply? Is this exclusive information? So definitely for Drive, exclusive information means you get to sit in the car with the driver and you get to that experience. Yes. And so you're like, oh, this is what we're doing. And the fact they stick to that, because it's a little psychological. If they showed the robbery, all of a sudden they cut to people doing the robbery, you would lose some of that magic of staying with the guy. You know what I mean?
It's exclusive information, but it's obscuring what is supposed to be cool and giving you this other information, and then it creates something in your head automatically of like, so this is cooler? And then you're like, why is this cooler then? Like, oh, this guy must be pretty fucking badass. Like, this guy must be fucking cool if we're just looking at him sitting in this car instead of seeing the bank robbery.
Yeah. It's aura farming.
Yeah.
A lot of aura farming today.
Yeah. EC says the van is the question. Where are they going? What are they doing? What's the mission?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and you don't want to. I don't think you want to answer that because that would be super dumb or like.
Oh yeah, like let's say they can't get there because that would be question answer. They have to go off the road and crash or something and have to go on foot then. And then there have to be like obstacles like a checkpoint that they can't get past, so then they have to go swim in the river. And then when they get in the river, they swim for a bit and then they realize there's crocodiles. That's what it has to be. Yeah.
The conclusion today is aura farm as often and as early as possible when you're right.
Yeah.
For real. Okay, so this one gets into like visuals of literally what's the first thing you see. And I have a few examples. So here's the opening to No Country for Old Men. Let's look at them all. We'll go through kind of fast. Do you know this one?
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her. And this would kind of fit the exclusive thing of like you're getting a psychological profile of this man. So we're starting very close to his face. Blah blah blah. This kind of similar. This is you guys know this one?
That's
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait, was that first guy Walking Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You said Ben-Hur?
Which is weird because phoenixes fly, they don't walk.
Was that
Yeah.
that's from Ben-Hur?
No.
No, her, the
Her.
whole AI companion.
Look, do
Dates,
you know-
dates his phone.
And he doesn't even fuck his phone.
You sound disappointed.
Well, at least fuck your phone.
Oh my god.
He just acts like an incel the whole fucking film. He's like, oh, it's okay that you're being super cool and I'm lame.
Wait,
I
fucking his
understand.
phone would make him not an incel? Is that how you're saying it
At
works?
least-
More of a
if-
Lars and the Real Girl kind of guy.
At least if he had a flashlight attached to his phone and there was an anime titty girl face going, oh great, that's all. While she was fucking him.
Oh my god.
Less of an incel.
Wait, what? So with this,
Oh,
I
Kill Bill.
got something
Kill Bill.
with this one. So with this one, Kill Bill, you know, this is the shot. It's a little bit what we were talking about earlier. Bill walks in and has a whole conversation with her and then shoots her in the head. We do not see him. We do not see anything. All we see is her face for the entire scene.
Right.
And
I
yeah, you
forgot
could picture if we see Bill, it would like be way less cool. And so yeah, a lot of the aura farming for her and him, they both get cooler when
Yeah.
all you can see is her face. It's exclusive, you know, in just obvious ways of like we're getting some important information and we're getting the psychological view of her face close up. But more just that it's kind of aura farming and not answering all the questions. But I wonder how you could do that with comics. If you open a comics are so different for your openings of what you see first. It's always like open with a splash page, open with badass shit, gotta be badass shit, open with and I'm like, if you did this as a comic, like 2 pages of a conversation where you only see one person's face, I feel like people would hate
It
that.
can be done. No, it can't be done. You just have to be very dynamic. You can't just have the same shot angle every time.
Yeah, you can't do the Tom King.
Oh god.
You have to hide him behind stuff.
Yeah.
You could do it. You have to do the comics version, and it can't be long drawn out conversations. I don't know, or like.
Yeah, you shorten the
Yeah.
conversation, and then you could still kind of You know, honestly, if it was comics and if it was one panel and just 2 exchanges, and that'd be awesome.
1 or 2 panels is enough for something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. This, you guys know what this is?
Looks like a car.
It's a car emerging from the mist. I was like, is this Taxi Driver? I don't even know, but that's a cool.
Is it the Mist?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Here's.
cool?
No
Do you know this
idea.
one?
The
Is it-
boat.
I'm pretty sure this
Godzilla.
is the lighthouse. I'm pretty sure.
I thought the lighthouse was in black and white.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a liar.
You know
That's
the
just-
you collected them. Is that Children
I
of
don't
Men, but not the opening shot?
I don't know what this is. This is opening.
Why'd you put it in there if you didn't know what it
Where did you
was?
look up? How did you get these pictures?
Oh,
Is that
God.
Children of Men?
I know a guy, but I don't know what
This
this
should-
is.
That should be
This-
a film.
this-
This should be
yeah.
a film called "I Know a Guy." That's a good title for a fucking.
Children of the Corn.
Yeah. Should we call that our show?
I know a guy.
No.
Bill, what do
Right
you think
after
it-
Angel Crisis.
Bill, it's the show with no name.
Yeah,
Like
that's what we call it too.
Oh, that's when
Oh,
it's
no.
on your. That's when it's on your channel. On my channel, it's Cock Block.
Oh my.
Okay. So
Rotating.
I was thinking if you, starting with people watching TV is very not exclusive. And I was thinking that's like a bad opening. And some will do that. I'm like, that would be like I can imagine that being like a bad way to open a story. But and I think movies that do it, they're fine. But if you start with a bunch of people all watching one screen, that's like a little more legit. That is exclusive because it's like, what is this
Mm.
moment? Why is
Well-
everyone watching the screen?
Especially if they're looking at it like that, and it's like porn music.
What is porn music?
You're right. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
god! Don't do that!
I I did notice.
They're held in rapture of what's happening on the screen. So
I'm here to deliver
you're
a picture.
you're projecting what they're
So
seeing.
a lot of these will have a visual framing device that is like the threshold to enter the story. And like comics, that's another one. Like, how do you do that for comics? Because that would be cool in comics.
Yeah.
It's not like that only works for movies, doesn't work for comics. But,
You know what I want to fucking do? The first page is like a drawing of the paper ripped, and it's like blank paper, and you're ripping into the story through the hole.
yeah, something like that. Oh,
Like
well, you know, like even Disney movies, they start a lot of times with a woman's hand reaches down to a book and turns the book, and then the book becomes a cartoon or the movie or whatever. Like that's like that. That's this like
Robin Hood.
legit psychological exclusive shit that you can add to your shit.
Yeah, like Shrek.
Yeah.
Starts with a book.
12 Years a Slave. I don't know if that's how it's exclusive. So exclusive.
I don't know if that's exclusive information. Was there a framing? So what you guys are talking about is a framing device, which Titanic also had. You start with the modern day, and then that's the framing device for the flashback. And it's different but similar to this is a fairy tale in a book.
If there's ever
the framing device. This is kind of something gets repeated as, you know, No Country for Old Men, whatever. You can just start on obviously like the location or start on some like epic. It is kind of exclusive in a way. It's just like, oh man, cool location, whatever. This is There Will Be Blood. And this is sweet though. Like whatever spot they picked, it just like this has aura. It feels liminal. This feels like nightmare. This feels weird. But
never ending.
Yeah. This is awesome. I didn't know if this is really the first shot of The Godfather, but that's cool. Just like it's kind of, you know, again, similar to start on his face, but
aura
about him. Yeah. Do you know this one? This is where Fassbender's a sex addict, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
He's a fast bender.
So many jokes.
He's all those things.
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
I don't know what this one is. This has a threshold though through the glass.
Is that Cabaret?
I don't know.
You do know. You're supposed to know.
What did you put these in here and you're asking us?
Exclusive.
You don't know.
Look at this. This is exclusive.
300 bullets.
Exclusive. Yeah, look at so exclusive. Close-ups on all these bullets.
Oh yeah,
you
this
never
is
see that.
from
Lord of War, maybe.
Full Metal Jacket.
War Dogs. Okay, here's of all of them. This is the best one. You guys know this one?
Do you?
No.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I'm pretty sure this is The Searchers, which I've never seen.
I've never heard of that.
I pulled a couple frames from it.
It's like the most famous John Wayne Western or some shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't seen a lot of Westerns.
John Wayne.
So yeah, look at oh fuck. Look at this.
I didn't do the Jim Lee.
You see that? See what I'm saying? Look at this. You guys see, oh my
framing.
God,
I like it.
Yes, I understand your layering principle.
It's framed.
Well, yeah, it's a threshold. See this, for example, this is black, you know, like they didn't light this.
I see what
they did
mean.
that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's amazing. This is the best opening shot I've ever seen in my life. So awesome. So kind of it's like quote unquote thematic as far as like, yeah, you're entering the story, you're entering the Old West.
Yeah.
I like that.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Enter the portal.
Yeah.
Anything that's enter the portal is a good way to start a story or to initiate that sense of transition in the viewer's mind. Like you're now no longer in the real world, so fading in from black, walking through a door, somebody waking up is very common. These are
walking into a bar.
Wait, sure.
Walking
Panning
into
out
from-
Phoenix.
Yeah, panning in or panning out from a dark or a light space, whatever.
Do you think Joaquin Phoenix's middle name is Into a Bar?
No.
No.
Yes, and. But
Oh my god. You know, I didn't realize he was the guy in Gladiator. He's a really good actor.
Joaquin Phoenix's middle name is Yes and.
That brings up a good point. I don't know this for a fact, but I hope that Jim Shooter's middle name wasn't School. You know?
Yeah, baby.
Really? Oh.
I
yeah.
hope it's not.
Jim School, don't look at the inscriptions on the bullet shooters.
Oh my god.
Man, a lot of tragedies happened this month. Sorry.
Real quick, I wrote here Dunkirk. Dunkirk has a crazy opening. You know, that's another Nolan. Nolan has awesome openings. His movies
That's
are always
a
awesome.
war movie, right?
Yeah. But Dunkirk has a crazy one because it starts with 5 young soldiers in a street and they make a run for it. And 4 of them get murdered and one of them jumps over this like freaking tall ass wall. And then that's the threshold. You see him on the other side of the wall. We cut to him and we're with him from that point. And you're like, okay, we're following the one lucky guy who didn't die when everyone fucking died just now.
Yeah.
So, and then that's the movie from there on. So that's a good beginning. And what about this though? We haven't even talked about this. Text scrolls or like opening voiceovers.
Yeah.
From what we've been saying, I feel like we would say you shouldn't do that because we're like, no, don't give answers, blah, blah, blah. But they seem to be kind of awesome in their own way sometimes.
I annoyingly seem to do them a lot.
Yeah. I've been using them too. Yeah.
Tombstone opens with a voiceover and
Yeah.
like black and white footage, you know, like
So does No Country for Old Men. Yeah, like I mean, all these greats. So does Star Wars. All our favorite movies do it. You know what I mean?
Not well, maybe all your favorite movies. So I'm not against
Lord of the
them.
Rings.
Obviously, it worked for some movies and famously for Star Wars, but I remember the stark difference between the scrolling text in the original and it's pretty obvious. There's I forgot what channel it was, but somebody was breaking down point by point what was the reason behind every line in the original Star Wars and how that planted a seed of interest in the viewer's mind, and how the new ones were just information dumping and it wasn't compelling and inviting.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's a technique to what you say at the beginning if you're going to do that narration intro.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
do
I like that. Yeah, if I try to remember the Star Wars scroll, it is more like it's more generic, but in a kind of fun way. The first one.
I think Blade Runner does it too.
Yeah, and Blade Runner's kind of brief and kind of poetic.
It's brief.
They
Right.
at the
often-
last. I remember the last line. It's iconic. They say like they do not call this killing; they call it retirement when they kill the
Mhm.
robot.
Yeah, sometimes it's just very minimal. And I tend to think, I think even the Star Wars opening could have been more minimal and they could have shown more instead of telling. And I think it's always safer to lean towards just the bare minimum amount of information for the viewer to ground themselves so the story can move forward. If there's too much to plant and establish before you can even get going with the actual plot, then sure, a little bit of lore drop at the beginning, but you don't want to go on and on.
Yeah. Well, so what about the opening to Weapons? Because I know you guys have seen that.
How did that open again, though?
It opens with a
running.
voiceover and
See-
the girl telling the
I
story.
didn't even remember that.
Weapons
I-
sucked until it didn't.
I don't think that was necessary at all.
No way. Well, you forgot it, but the movie wouldn't even be a movie without that because that's the setup. Because she tells you the opening voiceover. She goes like,
She's
on this
telling
day.
you
Okay,
what's happening on
made-
screen.
That made me really hate the fucking film, and I actually was like, couldn't we have just avoided all this? Like, I thought it was almost pretentious.
Weird.
If
You know that movie
the-
won the Blacklist Award, and there was a bidding war for it, and
what's
it
the
might get an
Blacklist
Academy
Award?
That's like the best unsold script in a year in
Okay.
Hollywood. But It's like that beginning is like one of my favorite beginnings
Why?
because that level of intrigue it creates is it reminded me it's a trust me bro beginning like Tarantino, but it's just using voiceover because she tells you like
I hated it.
what would you
Sorry.
do instead? You would because
Well,
if you
okay.
so what it does is it tells obviously, and if it showed instead, that would
No,
ruin it. That would
it's
No,
the whole
I
the whole
disagree.
opening is like, this is Johnny Doofus and he went to this school and this is what happened and then she did this but people didn't agree with her. Like, it felt like I was being told a dumb kid story. I felt like it was thinking I'm a dumb idiot. It wasn't creating intrigue. It even went on for ages. Like, it was so long.
yeah.
It
But
was
or go
it was
ahead,
just
Rini.
redundant because what was being narrated was being shown on the screen. This girl's like, at this exactly 2:17, all the kids in the town ran off, and you're seeing it happen. The clock shows 2:17. I didn't need her to tell me that, and it wasn't even narrated in a linguistically creative way or by a character that was interesting. I don't even know who narrated it. If it was the
The
antagonist, who I
blonde
will not
woman.
spoil,
It was the blonde one, right?
no, it was a little girl. It was a I thought it
Oh.
was a little girl.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like a child's voice, even though she had like a childish voice. That was very annoying as well. If it was the antagonist deceptively narrating it, that would have been more interesting. But I gained no information from that being narrated. I would have enjoyed it more if I just saw these children running off and I was wondering what happened. Oh my gosh, that's way creepier if it was silent.
Look, it insisted on itself.
Yeah, I
No, I
agree.
think you
It
guys
didn't
are off on this one.
Okay.
The
But
ending, I like
that's
what it
fine.
built up to, but it was painful for the first half of it, and I didn't like how it opened.
Can you tell us why you enjoyed it then? Because I
Well,
would
it's
love
because of
love to.
the mystery. It sets up the mystery of why did the kids all disappear from one classroom, except for one kid and the teacher. At 2:17, they ran into the darkness. Why did that happen? And you're
I
like,
would.
all right, I'm going to watch because I want to know why that happened. So,
Oh, so I suppose my reaction was, why do I care?
I would have
yeah, well,
cared
that's what this
more if they
presentation's
didn't
about.
just tell me. Weren't trying to tell me you have to care. If I just saw it happening and then you walk in, the next shot is the classroom and everyone's missing, but this kid and his teacher, I would have cared more.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think that would be stupid. That would make me not care.
Why? Why would you not care if it was shown to you and you got to put the puzzle pieces together yourself?
No, I don't think showing literally the
It would take way longer for one thing.
No,
so
what I'm
you're
saying is
it
that
would be
that
like a
actually
half
did.
hour.
No. What I'm saying is that actually did happen in the movie. Right after the narration, you see the classroom. You see that teacher walk into the classroom and there's only Alex in there. All I'm saying is no narration, and you would have gotten the same information.
I already think the narrated version was overly drawn out and boring. I think showing the exact same thing but without the narration would definitely be more boring.
No, I'm saying it already does that. I'm not proposing adding anything to the movie.
I know you're saying remove the. I know what you're getting at, Pear. I think it could have been done much more efficiently and much more intriguingly. I wasn't intrigued. I genuinely was. I was not looking to be bored, but it did make me bored and not care. I wanted to care. I was sitting there, paid for a ticket. I wanted to enjoy it. It's like it was trying to get stuff out of the way rather than creating intrigue. And I'm like, this stuff would be as I was watching it and they were talking about it. I'm like, why are we just quickly going through all this? This could be really interesting if it was conveyed to me differently. Yeah, I genuinely had to endure the first third of that film in order to enjoy the last third.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
But I
teacher
s-
was also insufferable, and
but I
anyways.
but I see that film as a comedy, so I think my brain's probably just broken.
I promise you, I did. And listen, if you like the opening, that's fine. Different things appeal to different people, but it was really insufferable, and I didn't like the blonde teacher. It wasn't good until the end, but I did enjoy the ending.
Yeah. Well, I want to think of an example because there's a thing with using voiceover. It's what we're talking about is show don't tell. I feel like it's known and obvious that telling is really good sometimes in the beginning of stories. Like Brandon Sanderson talks about that. Everyone talks about that. They say show don't tell is actually one of the first rules you should learn to not always follow. Is in the beginning of your story, tell some shit to get moving really fast, and then show the rest once you get going. And you don't have to open every story with a voiceover, but stories that start with voiceover can do that. Like another one that's like obvious, but it's like Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings is like, all right, let's get some shit out of the way so we can get to the good stuff that we're going to show you. And it's like 5-10 minute telling you all about the ring and about the war and blah blah blah. And I imagine if someone walked in and be like, why do I care? To that, like I'd be like, get the fuck out, dude. You know.
Well, it's done in an intriguing. It's about the technique and whether it's presenting information that is in a compelling way. It's not about whether or not you should have narration. It's all about how it's done.
I mean, I
Yeah.
was kind of pulling my eyeballs out having to hear about the rings at the beginning of the.
Okay, well, Jake is lowest common denominator for audience attention rates.
But I didn't dislike it. I was like, okay.
It really depends on the story. With The Lord of the Rings, you do need that history established, and he is such a good writer and the movies were filmed so beautifully that you care about what's happening because it's not standard, it's not expected, it's well presented, and you feel the conflict. But for example, with Fiendish, I think it would ruin the story if I started the opened it and explained this is on the continent of Arvos in the year this or that. I considered it at one point, and that would have been the wrong choice for my book in particular. So it just depends on what matters for your story.
Yeah.
What? Run.
Well,
If
so
you're
one
explaining
example,
stuff that doesn't matter, it's
one
a
example
waste of time.
beginning with tell don't show is Star Trek. Star Trek always begins with the captain's log, and it like gives you the context that you can then enjoy the story. And that's awesome. Like I love that. I love stories that do that. I think that's what the weapons opening is, and it is stylized and cool. Like I don't know.
Well, you're free to enjoy it.
So I don't disagree. No, but I don't disagree with doing that style of intro genuinely. So the weapons thing, like I was into it for like the first couple of minutes, and then it's just for me personally, it massively overstayed its welcome. And then for the middle part of the film, I was like, can you just please win me back? Just come on. And I really disliked the characters, and I'm like, please win me back. And part of it was that opening narration going on for too long. I don't think you shouldn't. That it's like don't do that narration because at the beginning I thought it was fun and intriguing. It went on for a long time, and it seemed to tell too much story before getting into the story, and I'm like, I've got to hold all this in my head now, and we haven't even really started.
If the beginning, instead of going on for so long, all it said was, on this day at this time, all 18 kids in Miss Whatever's class ran off and disappeared. That's it.
Vanished.
That would have been good for me. Yeah. Hello.
Okay, Pet, do you at least see this point of view, or is it incompatible?
Well, I'm curious when you say that you don't care. I'm interested in that. I'm just interested in when people don't care about stories when they start.
Imagine
because the goal is to always get people to care.
Imagine someone comes into your living room or comes into your house and they start telling you a story, and at the beginning you're intrigued, but then the person has gone, and then this happened, and then this happened, and it's like it's as if it's 3 stories packed into one, and you're like, the second story you got confused, and by the third story you were like, okay, I don't care, I just want to go back to work. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, what it sounds like to me is like you guys went in bad faith. You weren't in the mood for the movie. And then
No,
you didn't give it the time of
don't
day.
interpret our critique in a bad
No.
faith. It from a point of bad faith. I wanted to enjoy it because everyone, I mean,
No.
I paid good money and people were saying it was good.
I agree with Pear. It sounds like you guys were not.
You
in
weren't
good-
even here for
not
the
in good faith,
discussion.
at least.
You weren't even
Yeah.
here for the discussion,
Phil,
and you probably
have-
didn't even see the movie. Did you
Have
see
you
Weapons?
have you seen Weapons, Phil?
No, it looked like trash.
Well, okay. Well, there you go.
No, so
No, I'm kidding. No, I didn't see it.
I wanted to enjoy it. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the discussion about
Infinite.
weapons.
I'm
It
being
looked
honest.
mysterious.
I like
What
the
did-
ending.
What did you guys think of the floating M16
It was so funny.
That was
in the sky?
retarded. That was the dumbest,
The
most
cartoon gun
stupid
was
thing. It was like bad CGI and made no sense.
It was
What
really
were they
good
blaming it on
CGI.
guns? But it wasn't guns at fault.
Yeah.
What was going on?
the
Oh my God.
the cartoon gun is what confirmed it as a comedic film for me, and then the rest of the film I started to enjoy. Pat, what did you think of the cartoon gun?
I liked it. I did not laugh.
Okay.
Did it give you like this kind of like
I like the gun too.
eerie like value symbolic, like what did it give you? A good vibe, an eerie vibe or something then?
No, I just got it was like he was dreaming or whatever. It's kind of a creepy, dark dream. And then the end of the dream was scary. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Okay, seeing as we've talked
Oh.
about it a lot, did you laugh at the ending?
That you talking the last shot, or are you talking the last scene, or what?
The whole sequence of the kids running, Naruto running.
I don't know. Yeah, a little bit. I got that it was kind of funny. Yeah.
We
Okay.
should watch a movie and then talk about it.
Yeah,
That
get
could
struck.
be cool. No,
Oh,
he
like,
means
go
watch it
watch
off.
it.
Yeah, watch it off.
We
thing.
should, yeah. We should.
Yeah, like I would have watched Weapons if I knew we were going to talk about it.
I didn't
Yeah.
know we were gonna talk about it. All right,
Alright.
everyone, watch Infinity Castle for next week. That's your
No,
assignment.
that film's full of gay 7-year-olds. What's the new film that's out?
You enjoyed it.
Nothing.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you know
No.
what? That I am going to see this weekend. One battle after the other. The new
Okay.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
I'll go watch
Yeah.
it.
What's that about?
It's about one battle and then another battle and then
Yeah.
another battle.
Well, I don't know if do we really want to. I mean, that could be fun, but that could be like an hour or 2 hours. You know, it derails slightly of other stuff. But
Yeah,
Do you-
I agree.
I apologize for the weapons discussion derailing your presentation.
no,
it's
I
fine.
don't
wasn't
mind.
even
I'm
here
just
for
saying
it.
if we're gonna like recreate and do it again.
It would be the episode.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah, if everybody any.
Yeah,
we
that'd be
all
fun.
seen
I
a
mean, I'd be
movie,
down
It could
if
be
you
a
guys
whole
wanted to do
episode
that.
talking about something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, check this out. The first shot you see is an exclusive inside the butthole exam. Do you guys know what movie starts that way? Uncut Gems. It
You
starts with
start
a-
inside the ass?
Yeah.
Does it? I don't remember that part.
disgusting.
I did
Yeah.
see it.
and Fight Club starts inside a gun, I think, and it moves through the gun to the guy's
Does it?
throat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Uncut
Did you-
Gems was the most irritating movie anyone's ever figured out how to make.
Yeah, what did you think, Pear? What did you think of Uncut Gems?
I like that movie, but I don't know if I'd ever rewatch it. I mean, I really liked it, but it was so fucking.
Did you notice there's one part where Adam Sandler's eyes get really huge, like, and they animate his eyes with CGI and make them large.
What?
Is it
And
when
it-
he's high from winning the bet or whatever.
No, it's like I'm pretty sure he's looking at a diamond,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they get big, and it's for 5 frames, and they never do it again in the film and don't explain it. And I had to be like, what? Like I noticed it. You're like, wait,
Nice.
rewind
You got
that.
eagle
What the hell was
eyes.
that? Yeah.
You got
I love stuff like
You look
that.
it up. Yeah, it's like when they CGI'd Blade's eyes in the 3rd movie to be open while he's laying on like a slab. They like
yeah.
they CGI his eyeballs open. It's ridiculous.
I wanted to and did enjoy Weapons.
Yeah.
We're just talking about
I'm
the
a little
opening.
skeptical of people saying when they don't, if they say I don't care, why should I care? Like I'm interested in that, but I'm like definitely on the skeptic side. Like if people say, maybe I'm like sensitive because if people have said that to me or something, but like I
Well,
get
yeah.
triggered almost.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
People
you-
say,
you
like if
did a
someone
whole
walks in
episode on
to
that
watch a
subject.
movie and then says, why should I care? You do me, you entertain me now. Like I'd be like, no, leave. This is not for you. Like
I don't think that was what. Well, I
agree.
didn't get that. Oh my God, Phil. At least that wasn't what my approach was. I go in wanting to be entertained, but then I do think I don't like sitting there and just accepting everything the movie is presenting. I want to feel like it's working for it, right? I go in trusting it to earn it, and if it starts losing my trust, then I'm gonna say so. It's just my taste.
Well, we did a whole episode on Why Do You Care, so we already kind of explained that intro. Genuinely, it felt like some Birdemic tier movie making to me.
Birdemic,
Just-
so you said?
It
Yeah.
was too long.
So
What's
you don't care if you like, I don't know, like bad movies. If a movie's bad, that's not a reason to not care. I don't even.
Maybe you're
I don't even
misinterpreting
accept
what.
that.
Okay, you know when someone's telling a story and you phase out, like you phase out, right?
Yeah.
You kind of automatically have stopped listening,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I say I don't care.
Yeah. I could picture you like doing the jerk off motion and like looking at people next to you like,
Okay,
get a load of this stupid movie.
That is you when you say you don't care.
Yeah.
That's not me when I say
There's like worst possible interpretation of Jake's response.
It's like Jake's like there's drool hanging from his lip.
Literally, he
It's like
punched
this,
the
I picture Jake
director in
being
the
like,
face.
oh God, they're trying to tell me a story. Oh God, I have to fucking care.
That's totally what he said.
That's great. No.
Okay, well, we can circle back to this, but let me.
And now I know why we're getting a new creative block name
I'm sorry, chat.
because it's
We'll
the
move
last
on.
episode, isn't it?
It's the first episode of the Whittlers.
Yeah, this is the
Oh my
Whittler.
God.
Oh yeah.
How do you quickly create an exclusive feel? You pass through a threshold or a meta framing device, which would be like someone telling the story or opening a book, zooming into the book. Checkpoint before the real story starts, where you like meet a guy who knows a guy, then they tell you the story. The Titanic kind of does that. A lot of things will kind of do that. Character approaches a door. Oh, this is that example, starting with a guy knocking on a door, delivering a password and moving through the door is like way better than other possible similar options. If for just an example, but instead of a text scroll, if you are showing a news broadcast, so you're delivering like information, what is the first thing you see when you cut away from that? Like, so even text scroll like Star Wars, the first thing you see once the text scroll ends is like pretty amazing. If you guys remember, the first shot of Star Wars is very famous, but it's where you see the 2 ships through space.
Yeah.
The princess's ship is getting chased by the gigantic Empire ship that just keeps going and going and going and going. So that's like pretty freaking awesome. And Jake saw that and he goes, why do I care? But-
Eric's so freaking bitter about this.
It's so subject. He did a whole episode on the phrase "I don't care" because he couldn't deal with it ever being spoken. But I actually would prefer a text crawl over news reports now.
Yeah, news reports would not be the best way to start a story. I'm just wondering. Oh, so this was like another option though. So like, if you see the news report, then if your two options are cut to someone watching the TV, or cut to someone in the newsroom looking at the newscaster talking behind the camera. It's like that second option is more exclusive. Would be a better option of you're still in this world that we don't fully know. You're kind of interested in the world. And I think that's kind of how Dawn of the Dead starts.
Yeah, and
But
can
it
we
might
stop
just start
doing
straight up
news
in the-
reports and comics?
Oh, wait, does it
Actually,
happen
yeah,
often?
maybe I'd be down. They do it a lot.
I think in general they're like a cinema sin.
Yeah. The Matrix. You guys remember how the Matrix even opens? I know it's with
Yeah,
Trinity running.
there's a news report and someone's saying, "Well, guys, it's been discovered we're living in the Matrix."
No.
Yeah.
That was the porn
We're
parody.
living in a simulation.
Oh, no,
how does it open?
Stick around to the end and we'll tell you all about the simulation that we're
Oh.
living in now.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's a bunch of action, right? It's Trinity being chased, and then she kicks some guy's asses. She jumps in the air and does the jumping crane kick, and then gets crushed by the truck, right?
no, she's getting to a phone, right?
Yeah, well, in the phone booth, she
the phone gets crushed by a
yeah,
truck.
the phone booth gets crushed by a truck. No, is that what happens?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think so. And then she gets out because she called in time.
And then Power Man 5000 starts playing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It should have opened with the news reports of people talking about simulation theory.
No,
What is the
no.
Matrix?
Do you know how the Matrix starts? I just remembered.
Tell me. I think I just said it, but
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. But did you say that it starts with a telephone conversation? Did you say that?
Nobody said that.
I don't know. I think I
Heard you start.
you might be right. Is it a conversation of Morpheus? No.
Yeah, it starts with a telephone conversation, and you zoom into the
Oh.
electric cord through
Let me
the
look this
cord to the girl holding the phone.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
I remember.
that. There's a little bit of what this presentation is like. We're not even talking like first scene. We're talking like first shot, first moment, first like thing that your eye hits your eyes for the audience, and what that starts to create.
I thought
Are
it was
you- are you
the
building
Trinity
aura?
scene.
Yeah, but it starts with the phone conversation on a black screen, and you're seeing the Matrix. You see the green letters on the screen a little bit,
Oh, you're right.
and you're like, "Damn, they ain't answering shit about that shit yet," which is sweet.
Wait. Here's I'm gonna pull up a freeze frame of the intro to the Matrix, the first words in the Matrix. And you guys
Okay.
tell me if this correlates to anything.
Okay.
You'll hear the sound.
There you go.
Call trans op. It was there the whole time.
Whoa.
Oh, the whole time.
Maybe the Matrix is about trans identity.
Uh-huh.
You heard it here first, people. This is an exclusive on the Whittler.
That is crazy.
Yep. They knew
not
all
even the-
along.
Wasn't
But
even
you were right, Pear. It is the conversation, and then it goes into the Trinity fight scene.
Which what I like about that is that is the threshold meta frame to begin the story. The guy who knows a guy, blah blah blah. The portal, the everything.
That's the framing. Yeah, the portal into the phone, but also it ends with that. It ends with the phone call, right? Remember?
Yeah. She
Yeah.
picks
When
up the
Neo's
phone and
like
disappears.
super godly and he's in the phone booth. He's
Yeah.
talking to the next person.
My favorite part of the Matrix is when Morpheus he holds out the two pills and he says, "You take the blue pill and you'll be first in line for the gorilla." You take the
I like when he
Yeah.
started morphing.
Morpheus said it's
Morphin' time?
morbin time, and he shoves
God.
Morphin' time.
all the pills down you, and he says,
Release me.
You're gonna be last in line for Betty Boop."
Yeah. Do you guys have any? We've been doing movies, so I'm curious about comics. If you guys tell me, think of any. But what are? I have a few I can look at. What even the first? But what are some good openings
Let's take
for
out
comics
some
and
comics.
movies? By the way, Alex, we'll probably around 2:30. We'll promote books and look at the memes and get out of here. Just FYI. So this isn't gonna be super long stream, but will be another 20 minutes or so.
I just dig out a bunch of comics. I'll look at opening shots right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rorschach's Journal, October 12th, 1985. Dog carcass in alley this morning. Tire tread on burst stomach. This city is afraid of me. I have seen its true face.
And then
It
Jake
would
just
sound
doing this.
better.
Yeah. Well, this guy
don't-
thinks
what
I
the
care
fuck,
about
man?
this button. What is that? A smiley face?
It's a comic or
It
a
would
fucking
be-
diary. Kids trapped to keep a diary book.
I mean, it is. There's like too many words on there. If Phil had read it in a slightly less robotic way, it would help. But yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that many words.
I did think Rorschach's fucking diatribes went on a bit.
Oh, come on. They're great. I especially liked when he theorized that Adrian Veidt was a homosexual. They cut that from the movie, though.
Of
Oh,
course
yeah.
they did.
That's why everyone loved him then. And then Alan Morris.
What is the opening for X-Men 1? I don't remember.
X-Men 1.
Chat, give us some movies. Spawn 1. I don't remember the opening for Spawn either. Also,
No,
are you just naming weird movies?
Best X-Men opening, X2.
2. Yeah.
Nightcrawler, dude.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yes. Charles Xavier getting a BJ for Mystique.
Charles. It never
That's
happened.
not how it opens. Yes, and I mean.
Yeah, Watchmen's great. Alan Moore recently thanked his fans or his readers, yeah,
Wow.
For what?
for reading his books. Making them
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Oh my god. So
Thank you.
Vinland Saga.
You guys are Alan Moore. Thanks
What's
for
that?
doing your job, readers.
That Squirrel Girl, you said?
Yeah. it
No.
was-
Oh, Vinland
Fuck
Saga.
off.
He kind of looks like Squirrel Girl, though. He's like the
He does look like a
color
fucking
scheme.
grumpy furry, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gumpy furry.
He's like a fur ball. Fucking. I meant to say Furby, but fuck it.
Let's see how it opens.
So it opens first shot battle scene. A lot of manga starts in the middle of action, and I think
Wait,
I
that's the
kinda-
end. You just opened to the last page.
No, it's the beginning.
Got him.
Nuh-uh, we all know that it ends on a big fight.
I can't even see what's going on. Will Connor's Japanese draw properly?
Berserk is a crazy opening.
Why am I here? Why the fuck am I here? I also have FMA, and
How does
so
maybe?
It opens
I-
with 50 color pages.
if I could throw this book at you, I would. It does open with like this bloody.
No, that's a good opening.
It is. It's you
Yeah.
don't know what's
like,
happening.
what the hell's
This
going on?
kid is bleeding out. There's a weird alchemy symbol on the floor. That's it. I thought it was longer, but it's just one page and it's a flashback, and then you jump way forward in time to like a
Damn.
new town, and it's a new chapter. None of what happened in the first page is explained until after that first story. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
that's
stuff.
cool. That was a good one. That was a good example. Because
Should've
yeah, it's
did
weird.
that.
Comics is a little different, but you want to start, teasing what it's all going to be.
Yup.
kinda have
Good
a-
art. Good
I kind of
stuff.
have a threshold opening in the Whittler. You tell
Yeah,
me
let
if
me
it
see.
is. It's a guy running into a saloon screaming help.
Yeah.
And then he falls into and then there's a chick. He's need a chick. And so
Yeah.
basically he needs help because his son's been kidnapped by a coach wagon, and then the Whittler knows who took the kid.
Yeah. That's guy who knows the guy. That's
He's the
good.
guy, and he knew the guy. That's exactly.
Yeah.
what it is.
Bill should stay on the screen for the rest of the episode.
Too late. Yes. But
Make up for not being
What?
here.
How about? Where's your example, Jake?
Every single Simpsons comic
Oh.
is a splash page that does ask a big question. Like every Simpsons Futurama thing. Again, I have been trying to think of examples, but nothing's really coming to mind. Of what I am a big cop out.
no, sorry. I was gonna say, yeah, comics don't have as badass openings as movies. I would
But they could. But they could.
I'm sure some do.
I do feel like in comics, very often people aren't really engaging with the story until like a couple of physical pages have been flipped.
Yeah.
Which is
Well, that FMA one was really good. And Jake,
Yeah.
Phil, yours was very cinematic. Like that would be a really good opening for a Western. So it works as a comic. It works. Really
Let's see
good.
what the Killing Joke is.
Yeah.
Another work of Alan Moore.
How much do I have to apologize to about the saying the phrase "I don't care" to win back your favor, pair?
No, now Pear doesn't care about you.
Yeah, he doesn't care about me anymore.
Two can play at this game. Yeah, we're not ready to circle back to that yet, Jake.
Here's the Killing Joke, and it opens up on raindrops and the bat. Is it the Batmobile? Batmobile driving into Arkham Asylum. Oh no, is it? Yeah, he's going to Arkham. So I mean, I guess that's kind of a threshold. But if you guys know this story, this panel mirrors the final panel of the book as well.
Okay.
So there's a lot of framing in this book. Yeah, and because they do a lot of flashbacks, so they will mirror panels in the present day to the past. So
Hey, Jake, you should do a carnal episode where it's an old lady who's with a diamond necklace telling a story.
The story of when I got really, really fucked.
Yeah. And just
On
spoof
a big
Titanic.
boat.
I mean, I would love to do a Titanic-ish thing as a side story.
Oh, yeah.
You would have to have it about an old lady, and she'd have it because the joke of the Titanic is that old woman has spent her whole life fantasizing about this one fucking criminal scrubbed man who fucked her once. She got married,
Yeah.
she had kids, but she's been holding on to this Titanic story the whole time. It's like, geez, old lady.
Terrible.
I just thought of something kind of funny. It's a David Lynch thing. I think it might be Blue Velvet, but I'm trying to remember. It might be a different one. But Blue Velvet has an amazing opening. I think it's maybe the Straight Story. You guys know the Straight Story? It's a Disney movie he made about an old man.
I'm not allowed to
As
read those.
opposed to the
No.
gay story.
Yeah, he takes his tractor to go visit his brother who's dying. I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
Disney?
I saw this interview with David Lynch, and the interviewer, they're going shot by shot the opening of the Straight Story, and it starts this high camera floating down into the house, and the guy's like, "This is a weird angle, kind of a bad weird angle. Why did you choose this angle?" And David Lynch is like, "We're entering the story."
That's
hilarious.
great.
Yeah.
Story.
What about The Long Halloween? You guys ever hear of that one?
Yeah. Does that have
I
a good
only-
opening?
I only saw the Dong Halloween.
You know, as far as some comics do start with like poetic narration, and I tend to not like that. That I will.
Oh, yeah.
say. Yeah. So maybe
This is the opening
maybe
shot.
I don't care.
This guy says, "I believe in Gotham City."
Oh yeah, I like that.
I think he's a
good.
mobster.
That's cool. That's a
What
good
about-
freaking first page.
I don't know if that's hard.
It's a splash, but it's not crazy. It's just a guy. Just a guy.
Tim Sale.
Guy who knows a guy.
Sail. Sail. I'm trying to find my Tomb Raider comics that I have around here, but I can't find them anywhere.
I'm trying to find comics that everyone has read, but most of this stuff is like.
It don't have to be thing we read.
I have a bunch of indie books. I mean, I guess you guys would have read that.
What about Akira?
Yeah, what's the first shot of Acura? Oh, I know what it is. It's the fucking explosion, isn't it?
I don't know. Hold on.
Or no.
There is
Is
a
the-
preface, but we'll skip that. Part 1 is called Tetsuo. And no,
So
look,
it's not the explosion yet.
It starts with a blurb, and it's Earth. It says, at 2:17 p.m. on December 6, 1992, a new type of bomb exploded over the metropolitan area of Japan. That's like what you guys hate.
Yeah, that's like exactly like the opening to Weapons.
What would Jake say after he reads that? What was the
I'm trying to not drive it home. We don't
I'd
have
say,
to.
man, I catch so much.
but then you turn the page and it's the explosion. So
Okay, cool.
I think One Punch Man kind of makes fun of that. It's like there's a news report talking about something, and then like the whole fucking half the city explodes.
I am doing my
That's cool.
duty.
That's a good opening.
Yeah. I wait. I don't think I can show it.
Oh, you mean Guts fucking that demon woman?
Oh yeah, that's the maybe beginning of Berserk. That's funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Hold on. Yes, it does open with. Oh, is this armless? One guy with a metal arm fucking a woman in the grass, and then she turns into a demon. Yep, that's on the very first page. Neat.
Yeah, it's a good
Can't
opening.
show it.
John DeVoice, reading is hard, but reading Jurassic Park was really fun.
Lock and Key is very good, and I don't remember how it opened though, but I'm gonna look right now. Which, by the way, guys, if you haven't read Lock and Key, you should. So, first page is this. It's just a door.
Lock and
Mysterious
Key
old door.
sounds like the only people who would love it is like women, from the title.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. So, anyways, the first spread is this. So, two guys knocking on the door. This woman opens it, but then right before the end of the spread, you pan out to the truck that these two guys arrived on, and there's a dead body. Oh,
cool.
that's interesting.
Aura farming the dead body in the truck a little bit.
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
that dead
the
body
first.
is so cool.
Wait, the first. So what the artist is really good at, Gabriel Rodriguez, is he hides information in each shot, but the information is still easily legible, but it's hidden but legible. And you can see the very first panel is these guys knocking on the door, but this guy is hiding a gun. And they're acting all nice and like, we're just here to see your husband. We're just here to help.
Oh,
blah, blah.
yeah.
But you
That's
see
nice.
they're dangerous because he's hiding a gun, and then it's confirmed by the end of the spread.
Murder.
Yeah, that is good. That's good stuff.
I'm throwing all of these books at
Interactivity.
you guys, especially Jake.
Murder.
Yeah, this is a good series.
Ooh, Henry Bemis is reading in the chat. Grendel and Love and Rockets.
Locke had a great ending, though it is pretty dark. A lot of people die.
Oh, really?
Someone should do a comic book biography of Elon Musk and call it Love and Rockets.
Nobody will get that.
Do you have one, Fair?
For what?
Comic opening?
No, I gotta run and grab them because I don't have this money right now.
Let me see East of West's opening.
Yeah, I can't actually hold one up. I guess
Yeah,
it
what's
was
East to West opening?
Let's see.
East of West?
You're-
This is the compendium, so I got to start reading this soon. Oh, just a big splash page. It says
Jake would say reading is hard. Yes, he would.
It says the dream is over, and then it's this. I don't know if this is a good opening. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
But
I guess that's interesting.
I suppose that is because you just asked that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That'll make me turn the page.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm gonna run and grab a few comics because I want to look too. As long
Man,
as
these
we're
colors look really
investigating
good
this.
on
We'll
this.
go a little bit longer because I feel like we're doing the Lord's work right now. We're looking.
We are?
By showing comic openings.
Yeah.
The law
Way back.
of dreams over. Oh, it's like a space Stonehenge that then gets electrified, and the new horsemen of the apocalypse are born. There they are. Because in this story, some of the main characters are 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and then every like 100 or 1,000 years they get reborn. But
Cool.
Death refused to be reborn, so he's still an adult running amok.
Yeah, I do think with a comic, it's not like the opening page or the opening panel. It's just like it's the opening thing you do. Like the opening to Prison School is a shot of the school, but the actual opening is like seeing the outside of the school and then seeing like the nervous guy in the big double page spread, and there's the big warped lens as he's like in a room with other people. No one knows what I'm talking about, but
I do think the first spread being interesting is important. So within the first couple of spreads, you have to have something that isn't absolutely boring the reader to tears.
Right. It's like the scene, the opening scene should have the hook, probably include a spread in there. But you know, the first action should be hooking your audience.
Aww. We 3 here as well.
We 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
Oh yeah, is that Quietly?
Yeah.
Hey, he's got some crazy panels in there.
Yeah, it's really a study in panel, like crazy panel structure.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
even that this is how you should do paneling, but as in, well, if you want to see a comic that just the point is crazy paneling, then this would be it.
Who wrote
Like,
that?
It doesn't apply to all comics, but who wrote
Was
it?
that
Grant
Morrison?
Morrison?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Grant Morrison. Yeah, I just forget. The opening is
Those guys are buddies.
okay. Someone running feet. Guy running feet. But
Hey,
then
what-
at the last
Where's he running from?
the last panel, you see there's a chain around him. His ankle, it looks like. Is that what it is? Oh no, it's a telephone cord dragging.
Yeah, you couldn't do that anymore because they
under
don't make
him.
those.
No, they don't. They don't make telephones anymore. Did you know that? He's running on a treadmill, but there's a telephone cord.
Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't really remember how a lot of these.
It's a little what's it called? Subversion. We thought he was running from someone, but he's just on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Bill, what's the website for reading comics that doesn't have a million pop-ups?
Readcomics.com. I know, read comics online, but it probably is still going to have pop-ups. You need to get ad block.
I thought I did.
Oh, not only is it him running on a treadmill, but through the grates, the ground grates, you see these eyes, these red lights, and then the next page is just a whole page of dark, and it's like, ooh, who's looking at him?
Oh, I like that.
Can you officially get ad block anymore or not?
I'm not sure. I think it's not working right now.
Here,
and the interesting thing, there's no dialogue there too, Irene. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of
For what
pages
book
without
is that?
dialogue.
We 3.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
Hold on, check this out. Okay, so opens with this guy on a treadmill, and then some entity is looking through the grates at him, and then it's kind of these POV shots for 2 pages of just people being spied on, first through the grates and then through just people in random rooms, and then what's going on in this last? Ah. So it's like somebody is moving, the POV is moving through a set of rooms, high and low, and then through these grates, and then from this bottom up view, you come out into this room of a bunch of people, and everyone's staring at the camera in shock. And then guess what the next page is?
You get skills, I
Oh,
don't know.
nope, not that. God damn it. It's still no dialogue. It's very slow paced.
It's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just these speech bubbles with like exclamation mark and question mark, and then he's busting through the door because something is wrong, and
I wonder
then you get this.
What the hell's going on here?
Are they
He's getting
bullets?
exploded. Yeah, bullets explode through him. See, that's him. That's his
Oh, yeah,
face
yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
Oh.
Morrison
And he
really making his page rate on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an awesome shot. So it's this quiet build-up with zero dialogue, and then this spread. So
That's crazy.
that's interesting.
Yeah, so that builds to the badass spread. You don't get it right away. A little sequence. Then
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just the aftermath, and you still haven't seen what caused this. It's just bloodshed and people lying dead on the ground, it seems, and then you see the house where this happens, and then there's this team silhouetted against the light. And I mean, if you've seen the cover, you know what it is, but they don't show the characters' animals clearly yet at this point, and it just continued POV.
cool.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, ad block, you can get it, and it did work. Cool.
Nice.
You can take me off now.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get, Pear?
I have Hellboy. This is the first Hellboy, right? Maybe
Seed of Destruction, yeah.
Ooh.
And yeah, so it's funny. This one I haven't read. I read Hellboy in Hell and I loved it.
Oh,
And so I
damn.
got this one.
You gotta read.
And look at all those words. This is why I haven't read it yet.
That's
this
the
one.
dump. It starts with a setup of what's
Oh,
the
God.
history. Yeah.
You know what? You know what I would say if I saw that page after opening the book? I
Yeah.
would say I am really excited to read all through this, and I think I care more than I usually would opening the
Yeah.
comic.
Yeah, so with that, I almost did do this.
I don't believe
No,
it.
it's good. You gotta read it.
I'd be like, I'm
read
so
more
excited
Hellboy.
to wade through this treacle of text.
The art's legit though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Hellboy in
Oh,
Hell was like one of
yeah.
the best things I've ever read. Though.
Well, you
That's
gotta
what I
read the
have.
other stuff because he does like callbacks in Hellboy in Hell that you don't get.
Yeah. I'll read it. Oh, there's Falf. No, there's some more Magnolia. I got this too. Black Sad. You guys know this one? This is legit.
Yes, Black Sad is so good.
Yeah. So
I
I
need to
wonder.
watch.
I don't remember, but I'm like I'm gonna try and find a page one and see what it is. So these are like shorter stories though. Sometimes.
Yeah, the opening for Fatford. I want to ask you guys if you guys think that this is a good opening, because the adventures that Fatford and Grey Master get up to is great. And I think this was the comic adaptation that I think was penciled by Mignola, but he didn't ink it, but it's penciled by him and he did this cover. But the opening is just that, like, that's the first shot. And that, I mean, the paneling on this is really good and the storytelling is really good, but I wish that was at least more of the page or a full spread. I feel like I could have used a little more dun 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 introduction to the world. But in Mignola's defense, this is more of a set of short stories. It's not one continuous long thing. It's like that's how the original novels were written. So you kind of have a little dump. Well, it's not lore dump. It's just people speaking, but you don't see the conversation is continued like down here. Let's see what it says. I still think we should have cleaned him out, Sylvis. Only because you have the worst instincts even for a thief. You know the first law of the guild is never kill the hen that lays rubies in the yolk. I know, or white eggs with diamond in the white. So it's thieves talking amongst themselves, and the first story is like thieves guilds and stuff. But yeah.
Cool. More like Fapper.
Fapper.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
Share my thing I'm sharing, and I'll just show you the general, not me, the thing I'm sharing. Hello! Hey!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll just share the general principle because I don't know if these individual openings are interesting. Also, at the same time, I want to show you how beautiful these comics are and how I want to emulate these by doing another thing where it's flat colors. Anyway, so they
Real
always
fast. Alex Bean plus $1 going up $2. Okay, we'll look at it pretty quick.
$2.
but yeah, they always have these openers. I'm gonna click through a little bit, because look how beautifully drawn all this is. Look at the detail. Look at the colors. It looks so good when printed on uncoated paper too. They're so fucking unmodeled and pristine. And
that's the level of dialogue and storytelling you need to capture Jake's attention.
Look how
That's what we discovered today.
Look at these cylinders. Anyway, but this is another opening shot from like the second issue. Here's the and this
I
is
like
one
that.
of the they're obviously talking to someone who's past you, and then you're about to when you click through, you see the
Clamps.
turnaround and they're looking at this shop, right?
It's gonna give you the clamps.
So often in Simpsons and Futurama comics, it'll be like, oh man, how do I go back a page? Oh, there we go.
Hit the back button.
It says, so it's the clamps you want, well, it's time for the clamps. You're gonna get it. And it's pointing to you. And then turn around and they're talking about a store. He actually wants clamps for Christmas. That's what he said by getting the clamps.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
But
Look at that cover. That was great.
Yes. All of the, honestly, Futurama comics are so beautiful.
You know what that's a reference to?
The Matrix.
No. Terminator.
Because at the end of the Matrix, Neo says, "I'll be back, baby. I'll be back for that last gorilla."
Yeah, then Rage Against the Machine starts playing.
You know, this was the best, though.
The crossover.
They did a crossover with The Simpsons. It was so fucking cool. It's Futurama comics, but you're reading The Simpsons, and it's and they do it. Yeah,
the brains come to Springfield.
Like Fry, Fry is reading Simpsons comics, and Ben is like, "Comics are gay, you idiot."
The comic inside of a comic.
Yeah, and then they do go to the planet they're dumping a load of old Simpsons comics, and they go to Comics Planet, and then the brains show up, and they put them in the Simpsons.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because that's what the brains did.
The brains put them in the comics.
The brains put them in the books before.
I do like the retro feel of these. But it's like such a modern show, but it's the comics have this retro look.
Awesome. Look at all these Futurama Siemens trying to impregnate the egg of the Simpsons comic.
Full circle. We came full circle.
Look, it's then they go back. It's the exact same scene that you were in earlier that was being read, but they appear in it. It's so good.
It's pretty good.
Who wrote it? Like it's the same scene happening, but they're in it, so it goes wrong. Okay, then in the beginning it should say the name of the person that read it.
Yeah, credits. That's what we call credits.
Yeah, the credit. Okay, written by Ian Boothby.
Ian Boothby.
There's got to be in it.
I mean, that sounds made up.
His name's right there, Phil.
I see it now.
The infinitely.
I don't know any of these guys except for Matt Groening.
Yeah, Groening. James Lloyd did a great
personally
job.
know him.
I've been thinking about just doing a fucking fan comic and just drawing it really well and writing it really well.
All right, let's do a little round of promo, then we'll do the memes, and then we can decide if we really want to leave or whatever. But yes, we
sure. Let's go.
So Jake, Carnal, how's it going?
Cornell Alba, yeah, who cares, right? Like,
great pitch.
Who gives a fuck? Conan the Barbarian, you know it, you love it, you're gonna get it for Christmas if you've backed, and I'm sure most of you have, and if you haven't, what are you doing? It's a barrel of laughs. I think it's a unique reading experience. It'll
And
suck.
we glazed over this in the beginning, but Carnal has a really good opening, and it was the one I was calling the "Trust Me, Bro" opening, kind of like Pulp Fiction, where you just win them over with a really good scene.
Yeah, you just
joke.
smack. You're hit with a gag twist that basically says this is what the series is.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
True. But yeah. You've all heard the pitch. It follows the adventures of Connell, the absolute bull of chaos, who is the abject fear of anyone who wants to take life seriously. Connell is essentially presents people who want to take things seriously, and he ruins it for them. He's kind of the villain, but no, he's lovable, he's adorable, and yeah, he wants you to buy his book and see if he go on.
Carnal didn't like the opening of Weapons either.
Yeah,
No, no. If Connell watched the opening of Weapons, he'd be drunk, and then he'd say like, "Oh, it was really cool. I loved when this happened," and then you'd be like, "That didn't happen." It's like, yeah, you know. But he was seeing a whole different film in his head, but he loved it.
Yeah.
Look at Bancroft's comment. My goodness, these colors must have taken you a week a page.
There! Oh my god.
That's a nice compliment. Yeah, that's fun. Because you do a page a day, right? Yeah.
Do you know what? Bancroft might not have been here.
He knows he's doing that on purpose. He's buttering you up, is what we call that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'll take it. Let's see if I can still share the coloring comparison. Yeah, I can. If you share what I am sharing. This is the very first page that I colored, and I had to recolor this panel. It wasn't because I wanted to, even though I didn't want to. I had to move panels around, and nothing was drawn underneath them, so I actually had to redo it. But there you go. This is the coloring difference between first page ever colored and this week. And it takes me it's been taking me a day. One day I managed to color 3 pages, and I was like, oh, thank fuck. But no, that it's taking me like a page a day, really.
Is that a priest?
It is.
He's got a pretty good can you zoom in on his face?
Yeah,
Good...
He's great. Look at him.
That was perfect. Oh my god.
You know what he's like? He's like, you think you can do your worst, but you can't. I'm ready for whatever you can give me.
You'll never break.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Phil, I was considering having a crucifix and a Bible on the web with him, but I'm like, I'll just put him like this for now. But yes, Phil, that is a legit normal priest.
Is there a gag as to why he's a priest?
Later on.
Cool.
Later on.
Yeah.
There's definitely
Phil likes priest. You guys know that?
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
isn't your boy from the One Thing a priest?
Yeah, Wolfwood's a priest from Trigun.
Yeah.
He's a very angry Irish red-headed priest.
Nice.
That's awesome.
All right,
yeah,
I'm switching back to this.
I need a priest character.
Yeah. Well, I did.
This is open for a while, right? It's not like closing.
No. It's I will close this when people start getting their stuff, and then I get like probably get the last surge. I'll probably close it around then, and that could be around Christmas. It could be on New Year's. So you know, guys, get it while you can. Anyone who does get it now, you get the backer edition, which is the luxury edition. It has soft touch. It has gold foil. It has neon orange around the logo. All of those editions will go up in price to like 40 something, $50 each for those books. But you get it for the normal price. And look, you're not going to regret it. It's a very unique experience. A lot of stuff happens. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot packed into it. And you will love the characters. You'll want more from the series. You'll be like, Jake, please do a Slugsy side story. Jake, do a Spider Queen side story. Jake, do this, do that. Because it'll get your brain ticking.
Yeah. Sweet. Looks great. We're all looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Everyone, back it tonight. Why not? If you haven't, go for it.
And go read the free preview.
Yeah. And here we have the Kickstarter, which is doing nice.
Got another backer.
Another backer.
Wow.
Hey, we call it the Norwell Nuge. You owe me for life, Rini. Just kidding.
Right. Even though this is the first time you pulled it up, but yes, I owe it to you. Hell yeah. This is the brand new Fiendish Kickstarter, which is not only up for 1 week anymore. There are 23 days to go, so thank you very much, Kickstarter. I truly do appreciate this merciful extension, which I will never get again. But yeah, Fiendish Chapter 3, the third installment in my fantasy mystery epic story that is on Kickstarter for the first time. So there are 3 main books and 1 standalone book out. And those are all available with this campaign if you want to catch up with the series. But this is the first time this series has been on Kickstarter. And the Indiegogo, which is a platform it has been on up until now, the Indiegogo for Chapter 3 just ended its live funding. So that turned out really well. It just ended last week. And you guys can still get some perks on there. You can get original art. Only the Indiegogo has original art. But the Kickstarter is great for brand new readers and people who want to get the big tier that includes all the older items, which is the Gigalith. So you can jump in here and help boost the Kickstarter if you haven't backed yet, because it'll make the campaign look really good. Also, you can only get this Kyon Aoki cover on its own on the Kickstarter. So it's in the big box tiers on both platforms, but it's only standalone on Kickstarter. And if you don't know anything about Fiendish follows the story of Casimir, who is a grumpy reclusive hunter who years ago had his hometown destroyed by mysterious demons. His whole family was slaughtered, torn to shreds. Even his adorable little twin redhead sisters turned into these mummified corpses. Absolutely devastating. And his older brother, whom he was really close to, gave his life protecting Casimir. And the last thing his brother told Kaz was, you got to run away and never come back. And that's in the prologue of Chapter 1. Casimir runs away from this massacre and becomes this reclusive hunter. Doesn't really remember much about his past, has vague memories of his hometown being destroyed. Everyone thinks he's weird and kind of crazy. Nobody's seen those demons again, but one day his peaceful life in the woods is interrupted by those same fiends reappearing and killing again. So he takes it upon himself to set out on a journey and find the truth behind these monsters. He can't run away from his nightmares anymore, and he sets out along with some like-minded companions, and he'll get to the bottom of this mystery, and it leads to a world-changing plot. So Chapter 3 is a continuation of that. Check it out, back it, go read the free preview that's on Global Comics, and follow that link right there. Thank you for the links in chat, some person. There you go.
Yeah, and we all want to know, what are the cycles of the cat for when it's in heat, and how do they deal with that?
Why do you want to know that?
That's interesting, yeah.
You claim to have all this good world building, but you won't tell us when the cat is in heat.
We have to wait.
I'll have you know, if you had read Chapter 2, you'll know Nina isn't even full grown. So how scandalous of you to ask that.
Oh, you're calling me a cat pedo?
Cat pedo!
Yes! How dare you? Nina is a teenager, an innocent little girl, just like Yomi.
Come on,
Even
animals.
though this is a fantasy world where nobody cares about that.
Wait. How many years is a Nina year though?
Yeah, exactly. I never had a cat, but I'd imagine they
things live pretty long. Maybe they live.
Oh no!
years.
So they're even less. No.
Real quick, I just saw this. I like look at this Kickstarter being kind of cool. There's Hotel Story on Irene's page. So yeah, anyone who sees it.
Share my thing again super quick if you like that. What? Because I love this. I go to my profile 10 million times a day. All the way at the bottom, look who's right here, baby. Both Fiendish and Hotel Story is the top suggested at the bottom of mine.
What's that last one though?
Let's ignore the last one, Phil.
That's where Phil's eyes go.
That's not what we're talking about here. I'll hover over it so the image changes.
That's great. No, that's what I need. I need to zoom in on Ragna's boobs more for my image preview.
No, but I don't know. You kind of. It's fine how it is. It's fine.
That is cool though.
Hey, by the way, do you guys feel like some dopamine? Because look at this. Do you see this? Right here?
You just got to work. Hey.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you to whoever that was. Yeah, we did get a backer. I nooged myself. You
Nice
know what I'm
nooge.
saying.
You
Yeah, so
did.
now I owe
Well
myself for
done.
life. Yeah. But okay, and then so yeah, everyone back it. That's my pitch. Back it. No, you know what else my pitch is?
Back it.
Full's 200. Well, I don't know. Full complete story. I don't know.
That's it. That's the whole pitch.
Yeah.
Great.
We got this.
Yeah, Phil, what's up? So what's new with Man of the Strings? What percentage are we at?
We're at 181 now, which is we just crossed today because we got a good handful of backers today. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, this is ready to be printed. So we'll be shipping them out after Halloween. We'll have a big Halloween closeout with some giveaways. I have some sketch covers coming in that we're actually going to give away. So if you guys haven't backed, definitely do before we close, because we're going to give away a special bean and a special sketch cover. And yeah, go grab this. This is a story that is going to be an ongoing series about a lone gunman whose soul is cursed to rot with every man he kills, but he's on a path of vengeance. So the farther he goes down that path, the more of his humanity he loses. It's going to be awesome. It's magic. There's witches, ghouls in this. It's a twisted, weird Western fantasy that we're going to be putting out for a long while. And this is just the first issue to dip your toe into the story, get to know all of the characters and what this protagonist wants, what this this gunman wants.
Whoa, look at Shelbean with the little gun.
Yeah, that's the newest painted shell bean. It's still up for grabs. It comes with that gun. That gun is actually a pen.
What?
You can get your
I
new
want it so
favorite-
much.
You can get your new favorite shilling. Pet, it's only $25. It's not even like 50.
I already bought a Shelbean on this campaign, but maybe I could get two.
That's a
if it's
one of a
still
kind
available.
hand painted one. We have that.
Then I'd have three.
That's true. That's the newest one, and then Michael Rushbrook. That one sold out.
Oh, okay.
But if you scroll back up, there's a Michael Rushbrook People sketch cover that he did. There's a Bobby Chrysophus one as well. So those are available, and we're going to actually put some Man with No Screens sketch covers up now because I just got some in the mail. So we'll probably put one up maybe tomorrow or Monday. We'll see how things go. But yeah, go grab this. It's the start of something really cool.
I don't know if the chat remembers, but you teased the opening couple pages on this stream earlier, and it's a good example of what we're talking about for this stream. It's a good opening.
Yeah, if you scroll down, there's I think that page is actually on here.
Oh yeah, here we go. Nice.
Yeah, there's the opening.
Yeah, guy entering the threshold.
Yep. Yeah, so this story is that basic premise. We were introduced to the character by way of a kidnapping. So a kid gets kidnapped. The father bursts into the bar. No one is really paying attention to him because they're all, fornicators and such. And so our hero here, our protagonist, takes him up on the offer. He says he'll help him because he knows who kidnapped him. Yeah.
He's like, I got you, buddy. Is that his line? Does he say that? I got you, buddy.
Okay. Yes, and.
Yeah. Cool. Now let me see. I'm going to pull up the meme stall for 10 seconds, please.
Go back.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Back our books, back our books, back our books.
7.
Yeah, back our books.
Got it.
Back my book.
Back my book.
All right. Look, so what is this? So we got kind of Matrix-y kind of thing. We got the Titanic. We got Leopold Napoleon over here. We got.
I'm shocked at the lack of Bonnie Blues and Gorillas.
We got the Pulp Fiction guys doing a news broadcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hundreds of alien spacecraft sightings reported. We got little boxing.
Is that Betty Boop and the gorilla?
Oh no! You know what this is? Can you guys see? Oh no!
It
is a gorilla.
You know what's funny about this?
Well played.
This is kind of like he turned the worst thing into something like kind of wholesome in a way. Like,
You have to
Okay.
fight Bob Bitty Boop.
Which one are you gonna take home?
yeah.
Which prize are you
Oh.
taking home?
Now what's the
So
croc?
you fight one. He reversed one. You fight and fuck. Okay, right.
The
Croc-
Tradwife.
Yeah.
You want Tradwife Gorilla, or do you want? She's the endless battle against 10 billion semen Betty Blue.
Uh-huh.
A story must begin like a hook set in the mouth of the reader, inescapably. Napoleon start a party.
Start about it. Now,
Alex,
yeah, look at, and Napoleon's kind of framing this with, who is that with the top hat? Is he a Mad Hatter?
he's reverse Napoleon.
Yeah, who is this?
Is
We
that's Tim?
know.
Is that Tim Batane?
Who?
Is it? Were we talking about that?
We took a-
And who's this guy too? Who's this?
So, Alex, is the alligator the ones that are in the river when you're trying to escape? When I was saying that hypothetical, you gotta escape, you gotta skip the border, but you can't, so you gotta go in the river. But the river's full
But
of.
he's a cowboy though.
He's a cowboy.
Oh, Alex says Evil Willy Wonka plus Aura.
Oh, nice.
You know what? That's
Wow.
funny. I actually had a character that I created on City of Villains, which was a MMO back in the day, who was Evil Willy Wonka. I think actually Brandon created him. And that was his name.
I think Evil Willy Wonka would probably be wearing a long trench coat, and that's it.
Oh God.
But he does have the top hat.
By the way,
That's why they call me Willy.
I think the highest viewers we had was 30, and we have 25 right now. So we've
held on to it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Chat, let us know if you like us arguing about movies. So we can.
We'll do it more.
We'll
Yeah.
remember to trigger Pear every week by saying we don't care about something.
Yeah. Jake, you want to read your line here? It's good.
Yes.
I already read it. In my
You
head.
already
Awesome.
did it. Comics are gay. Whenever it's on my channel, I'm calling it cock block. You take the blue pill and you're first in line for the gorilla. But yeah, I suppose it would be the blue pill would be Betty Blue Woman. I got it wrong. We all know the Japanese can't draw properly. I think my brain's probably just broken.
Phil.
What did you look up? How did you get these pictures? He kind of looks like Squirrel Girl. I like when he started morphing. The old guys at the Y, man, you don't have to rub up on them.
You really said that, didn't you? It's good advice.
Yeah, that's how you get the leg pimples.
Yeah. No, I'll show you guys.
I like
Yeah,
the-
please do.
It's one pimple. See, I'm serious. It happens all the time. I get one big pimple, I pop it, and it fucking hurts for a day or something.
My favorite
That's weird.
my favorite part of the show today was when Phil thought he had to fuck the gorilla.
And he's like, I guess I do the gorilla. Yeah.
Oh. No, he
I
went with the
chose the
human.
He went with
He
the
went with the
human.
human.
He went with the human.
Redeemed. Phil is redeemed.
All right, Rini, how about you?
Having seen what counts for women's literature nowadays, or reform as early and as often as possible. Just run amok and write whatever you want. Indulge in your fantasies. You're not enjoying this, what? She's the biggest whore on earth.
Nice.
Also, somebody in chat said I should be 2 feet shorter than everyone else. I'm not that short, guys.
Yeah.
We're all
And you
being
wear
hyped.
platform goth boots. So,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, but I'm also 5'7". I'm not that short.
Yeah. First in line for the gorilla or last in line for Bonnie Blue. One of these is going to give you nightmares for the rest of your life. Trust me, bro. I can't decide if I hate this conversation or just don't like it. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's a great last
I feel like he spared me too because there was other things I could have said.
Look, the aliens are abducting. It's the Rapture. They're reporting on the Rapture down there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's-
Cool. And
Wow.
here's one more.
this is
So
great.
cute. This is so charming. Nobody cares, and that somehow is the most faithful truth we ever share.
That's great. Oh, I love the juxtaposition with the cutesy imagery. Nobody cares.
Look at my quote.
Nobody.
This author doesn't even give a fuck because the story's so good.
Oh my god. We're an adventuring party. We all have backpacks.
So,
It's so cute.
can Alex or you or anyone actually write one of these so I can draw it already?
Write the story for it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It's so crazy. It seems like the creator doesn't have an outline.
I'm gonna come up with a super gay name like Cat Class.
Women can't write. Look at Harry Potter. Back to the Tree of Evolution. Did I say the Tree of Evolution?
I don't remember him
though.
saying that. Not the Tree of Evolution part.
I did say the Tree of Evolution.
What is the Tree
You
of
also
Evolution?
said women can't write.
That was
It's
when we
okay.
were like
Largely true.
going back down the Tree of Evolution to get the primate that's DNA compatible.
Oh,
Because it's
oh, that's funny. Yeah,
Oh,
that
God.
conversation was that we can reminisce. That was good.
Fucking gorillas.
The funniest thing was when Jake was like, "It's actually not the strongest sperm that impregnates because they're the ones who like break down the wall." and
yeah, they
die."
bash, they throw themselves, they like.
And so it is like Lord of the Rings. So he's like, it's like Lord of the Rings inside Bonnie Blue's womb. Like, that's
It's
funny.
Battle for Middle Earth in
Yeah.
Blue's womb. Man,
Yeah.
Oh.
you know, to go back to that conversation, Tarzan only ever saw female gorillas all through puberty.
Mhm.
So when he saw a whammon, what did he really think then?
No, he has to have, he has to have had some spicy dreams at the very least. Woken up with
His question is inverted. His question, it's like the whore gorilla be 1,000th, or the fight the woman. I don't know.
Tarzan's
Like
first
Jane.
My
girlfriend.
Yeah.
poor ears.
I'm saying Tarzan's first girlfriend was pre-Jane.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, that's canon. We're going with it.
Jake said
all
it.
right.
That has to be true.
So yeah, I feel like this show went pretty well. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat, for being here.
Hey,
We went a little longer than I thought, which is fine. So I'm gonna end this.
Yeah, next
stream.
week.
Good show.
We'll have it the first episode of The Dungeon next week on my channel.
Yeah. The
Oh
dungeon.
man.
And then the show with no name, or then cock something.
cock plug.
We'll
Yeah.
figure out a proper name that won't be any of these.
Maybe
Yeah.
it will.
I don't know. Was I gonna say anything else? Oh yeah, just recapping what my takeaway from talking with you guys about this with openings is what was
Do
my
a
whole
good job
presentation
on
about?
them.
No, it's make the information exclusive. That's about it. Having the thresholds come up a lot, or I was calling them the airlock. We didn't talk too much about the airlocks, but I like that metaphor. I picture that for stories. To get into the story, you go to the airlock first, you get
Yes.
decompressed, and you get released into the story. That's like,
Yeah.
I mean, that could just be one shot doing that. And that's
Yeah.
what David Lynch did. And the guy's like, what the fuck is this shot? All high and weird, floating into the house? We're floating into the story.
Yeah, that's funny. I like it.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, hook the reader on page 1.
Yeah,
them like
Zaid
a
show
fish.
tomorrow. Watch Phil's stream tomorrow. He'll probably
Yes.
talk about
Yes.
beans and printing again.
Yes.
Yes.
Some topics.
Yeah.
I hope.
This is fake.
Starting soon. He still doesn't have the outro, guys.
I just clicked the
Never
wrong
gonna
button.
upload the out. Oh, but I don't believe you. I think you just don't have the outro. Hi guys, thanks.
I
for
got
being
plenty
here.
of outros. I got outros for days. I just didn't want to use them.
I don't
I didn't
believe
feel
you.
like it. I just
I
didn't
don't
feel
believe
like it.
you.
Phil ain't dead, by the way. Phil's alive and well, thank goodness.
For now.
Dun, 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 dun.